ERTC.com is the nation's leading company specializing in employee retention tax credits. Here is a real testimonial from an ERTC client.
We've got some good news. You're going to get $488,000 as a tax refund, which is not a loan, and you can use that in whatever way you'd like to.
Visit ERTC.com today, and in less than 5 minutes, our proprietary rebate calculator will show you how much money you could receive. Act now before the program closes or funds run out. Visit ERTC.com today. That's ERTC.com.
The Glass Chamber, your local smoke shop. Exotic sodas, Delta 8, Puffco, and the newest disposables. If you're not shopping at Glass Chamber, can you really consider yourself a smoker? With the latest and greatest in the industry, why wouldn't you? Now 7 convenient locations. Visit GlassChamberFL.com for more.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
From the Racetrack Traffic Center.
Good morning in Boca Raton. Watch for a collision on Boca Rio Road south of Palmetto Park Road. There's a crash northbound on 95 at the Lantana Road exit, blocking the off-ramp left lane. And watch for a wreck on Jog Road south of Atlantic Avenue. That's a look at your Palm Beach County traffic. I'm Doug Lindsay.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson. And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Good morning to you, everybody.
Yo, wake up!
Do you have any idea what time it is?
Time to celebrate Hump Day.
I bust my hump every day.
It is Wednesday.
Hump Day, am I right, buddy?
Halfway through the week.
Gosh, it is. Time flies, doesn't it?
Thank God it's Wednesday.
It's showtime.
Well, color me happy. There's a sofa in here for 2.
First time in an elevator.
Penthouse. The Penthouse.
Yes.
Wow, great view. I bet you can see all the way to the ocean from out here.
Penthouse, top floor, got everything I need and a lot more. High ceilings, marble floor, and my penthouse.
Hey, Mr. Greek, can I get your autograph?
Hey, Greek, what's happening, pal?
I'm 6 deep behind a 4. You can't find me.
Oh my God, it's Greek!
You're listening to The Penthouse. Here's The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Yes, you're in The Penthouse on a Wednesday. Good morning, everybody. I hope you had a great morning. And maybe you were local last night in Delray and saw the tree get lit. That was a big ceremony and always a good way to kick off the season locally. We got a big giveaway for you today at 11:45. We also have WWGD, and we have 2 outstanding people that you'll hear from in the next 4 hours. So it sounds like a good show to me, and hopefully it is to you. Good morning, Jimmy.
Hello, good morning. And if you were in PSL last night, maybe you saw me get lit. That's a joke. That's a joke. I really didn't drink.
I get it. I mean, you do what you want. It's your world.
Good morning. Happy Hump Day.
Happy Humpity Dump Day. And good morning, Francis.
Hi, good morning.
Doesn't it sound a little different when you put the Humpity Dump on
Humpity
there?
Dump, yeah.
It does.
Yeah,
it changes it.
I like Humpity Hump better than Humpity Dump.
Humpity Hump?
But
Humpity
whatever.
Dump?
Yeah.
Whatever you tell me to do, I do. You know that.
That's not true.
Not even close.
Not true. So did you check out the Delray Christmas tree lighting?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
No, a lot of my friends went.
Got it.
I had a little bit of an issue with my car last night. And
I know it's supposed to get serviced today.
Flat tire.
Right? Another one.
Yeah, I need a new tire.
Another one.
And another one.
And another one. No, because even yesterday, to himself, it wasn't directed at me, like just out loud to himself. Can't forget to get my car service tomorrow. Can't forget. I heard it like 10 times. Can't forget to get my car service. And I was like, I don't know if you're going to forget to get your car service tomorrow.
I put stickies
You'll
on the
be
dash.
Jesus. Yeah, you wrote it on your hand, Sharpie.
The refrigerator,
Can't forget
tattoo.
to get my car service tomorrow.
Because then if I forget, it's just a big,
But
yeah,
you
then
did
he can
forget.
really bitch. I mean, you can bitch if you forget, but with
Yeah.
all those notes,
Yeah.
it's brutal.
So many.
Had one in the bathroom when I was shaving.
just a regular oil change service.
But they called me. They told me I needed one new tire.
Did they?
Oh,
I was
yeah,
listening to the messages. It all sound fine because you played it on speaker.
No, I need one tire, 429.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's
Sorry,
the other three go.
sorry I used the Lord's name in vain, but holy moly. Like you get new tires, it feels like every 3 months.
I'm not gonna disagree with you. Yeah, it's been a bad run on tires.
What are you like
This isn't it's just wear and tear.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Are you doing like
this
are you
one
doing
is,
donuts in the parking lot or what's
I
happening?
mean, I do about 120 miles a day. Back and forth and around, about 100.
I just got tires yesterday myself, but it was all 4.
Yeah.
It's the first set I put on it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I only need
But
one.
you get like, I don't know, but you get like the really nice expensive tires, you got the run flats, you get all the stuff, so you would think that they would last you a lot longer.
You would think. One would think. Yes.
One would think.
But
they've had a lot of miles. It's just, it seems, I think it's one of those perception things, right? Because of the fact he has so many flat tires.
Yeah.
When you have, what, three or four flats?
Yeah, 3 or 4
But
flats.
were you getting new
makes it
tires
sound-
with those flats or no? Or
But-
they were just fixing the flat?
With the run flats, usually they can't. One they fixed. But the other two, I had to get new
You
ones.
had to get new ones.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Even with the flats, he has to get new tires. So that's why I'm surprised
not all
with the
4.
wear and tear.
Not all 4.
Yeah.
They said the other 3 are good. This one is a little bit wear and tear, and they said the way you drive, we suggested, or you could try to run it out a month. That's what he thought.
All right.
And so I mean, it's not a great thing, but it's something you have to do. You know what I mean? So
120 miles a day? That's a lot.
it's about 40 here and then back,
Yeah, I guess.
and then I bank around a little here, there. You know.
All right.
I mean, Jimmy, how far are you? You're about what? 30?
100 a little over 100 miles a day.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's just back and forth to work. That doesn't count if I go to the store or over to my parents or something like that.
I guess I'm just fortunate because I don't have to drive that much or that far.
And we both have 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Him and I.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's a lot.
That's not,
And then
I have 78,000 on my car. It's 2.5 years old.
Yeah, well, I guess I don't think about
how
that
much you have?
much.
80 almost?
Yeah.
Almost 80, yeah.
Yeah.
That's about what I do. Yeah, 35, 40.
I guess I don't think about it that much because I am fortunate because even on the weekends, my husband always wants to drive. So my car sits a lot.
I mean,
It's not a complaint. It's just it's the,
No.
it's just the way it is right now.
And it's probably the reality for a lot of people, not just you, but I just like when I hear about it and so many how many tires you've had in the past year, it's just to me, it just sounds like a lot.
That run of flats there with the construction and everything, because you had some construction at your apartment building, right?
Yep, I did have
That's
some.
Mm-hmm.
more than likely where they came from. It just seems like it anyway. Could be wrong, but
And then when
If I
Mercedes,
had to pay that much money in tires, I just give up and get my pilot's license and I just fly everywhere.
be nice.
Screw tires.
Wait till they make
Screw tires.
these drones big enough for us to
Yes.
fly individual, and then we can get around that way. We'll be like the Jetsons.
Well, who were we talking about it? Who was I talking about it with? The Jetsons? And the Jetsons took place in 2020 something.
Oh, yeah. There was like an anniversary of that
Yeah.
the other day, because there's an actual date to it,
There
if I'm not
is.
mistaken. Yeah, that was in the news not too long
Okay,
ago.
so
I
I-
want to say within the last month.
So I think I was talking about it with some friends, and we were just we were talking about the future
Ironic.
and how, we're supposed to be flying around and this and that. And the Jetsons took place in 2020, and look at us here, still driving cars.
There goes Franny.
There I go.
There it is.
I don't have a robot maid. I can't make my food with a push of a button.
Yeah. I mean,
I guess you can.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Get the door.
The microwave.
That's
I know.
it. Hello.
That's Susie.
Rosie.
Well, Rosie is the maid.
Oh, yes.
Susie's at the door, bringing him a tire.
Yeah, bring me a tire. Yeah. Happy holidays, Greg. I'm going to give you a tire. Thank you so much. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Wednesday. We're with you until 2 o'clock. We got a lot coming out for you. Big giveaway at 11:45. Jimmy's going to tell you what that is. Why do you ask? Because I don't know.
Because Greg didn't want to mess it up.
I think we have Panthers tickets.
Yeah,
Yes.
Panthers tickets
Yes.
today. Yep.
Yeah, I knew. I just didn't
Oh,
say it.
okay.
Yeah. Come on. Man. Shot
Play
score.
along. Play along.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'm not in the mood today.
Oh, God, really?
It's fine. I'm just kidding.
Wow. Freddie's not in the mood today, so I'm going to be doing the show outside the studio. We'll be back in a couple minutes with some other big news going on. Cyber Monday. Did it break a record? We'll tell you. We'll be back. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
Now, your tramp stamp, was that a flash?
It's not a tramp stamp. It is a tribal back tattoo.
Where is it?
It's a lower tribal back tattoo.
Is that where the tribe had requested you put?
Yeah.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
'Tis the season. When you're in the mood for holiday music, listen live with the iHeartRadio app and on your radio to Cool 105.5, the Palm Beach's Christmas station. Sponsored by FAMU's Mary. Educate, learn, talk.
Football is back. Come on out to Lefty's Wings and Grill this Sunday for our next Miller Lite watch party of the season as Miami takes on San Francisco. Great food and drink specials, including $2.75 Miller Lite drafts during all live pro games, real radio swag, and a chance to win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Miami game. Kickoff is at 4:05 p.m. Lefty's, 1034 Southeast Port St. Lucie Boulevard, Port St. Lucie. See you there.
Hey, it's the Greek. Your smile is the first thing people see, and I have the guy who can give you that $1 million smile.
Thanks, Greek. I'm Dr. Ernest Orfanos, a board-certified periodontist, and I can give you that perfect smile. My staff and I will make you feel comfortable and relaxed during your procedure. We do what's called Teeth in the Day, where you get implants and teeth that very same day, all phases of dental implants. And as a multi-specialty office, we are capable of meeting and exceeding all of your needs. Please call our office at 561-477-7171.
Attention! Did you or a loved one live at or near Marine Base Camp Lejeune in North Carolina between 1953 and 1987? If so, listen closely for this important legal announcement. From 1953 to 1987, Marines and their family members at Camp Lejeune drank water that was contaminated with hazardous toxins. The toxins found in the water at Camp Lejeune may cause health issues, especially later in life. Types of health issues associated with water at Camp Lejeune are numerous. If you or a loved one lived near Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation without going to court. Even if you were turned down in the past, a new law can allow you to file a claim today. If you or a loved one spent time near Camp Lejeune, call the Negligence Network to find out if you're eligible for financial compensation. There's no fee unless we win your case. Call 1-800-600-5536. That's 1-800-600-5536. 1-800-600-5536.
Florida Talk Real Estate is your one-stop real estate shop. Whether you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, you're stuck with a home and you don't know what to do, look no further than FloridaTalkRealEstate.com. Listen every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. until 11, right here on Real Radio 92.1.
Attention business owners. Imagine getting up to $26,000 per employee sent to you directly by the U.S. government. All businesses during COVID could be eligible for a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee through a CARES Act program. The fact is, all types of businesses, profit or nonprofit, are eligible. There is absolutely no cost to check your eligibility today. ERTC.com is the nation's leading company specializing in employee retention tax credits. Here is a real testimonial from an ERTC client.
We've got some good news. You're going to get $488,000 as a tax refund, which is not a loan, and you can use that in whatever way you'd like to.
Visit ERTC.com today, and in less than 5 minutes, our proprietary rebate calculator will show you how much money you could receive. Act now before the program closes or funds run out. Visit ERTC.com today. That's ERTC.com.
The Glass Chamber, your local smoke shop. Exotic sodas, Delta 8, Puffco, and the newest disposables. If you're not shopping at Glass Chamber, can you really consider yourself a smoker? With the latest and greatest in the industry, why wouldn't you? Now 7 convenient locations. Visit GlassChamberFL.com for more.
Every week, hundreds of thousands of fans download the popular Stuff They Don't Want You to Know podcast to get to the bottom of popular culture's biggest myths. And now, the Stuff They Don't Want You to Know book separates conspiracy fact from conspiracy theory, from biological testing to our endless fascination with the Kennedy assassination. This holiday season, give the gift that explains the unexplainable. The Stuff They Don't Want You to Know book, available now. Order at StuffYouShouldReadBooks.com or wherever you buy your books.
Lisa Booth here for Bishop Gold Group. So just when you think the stock market's recovering and everything's going back to normal, well, here comes another downturn. So what are you going to do? The answer is gold. The company that I trust is Bishop Gold Group. They can advise you on investing in gold and gold IRAs. So act now and get up to $5,000 in free silver with a qualified purchase. Call Bishop Gold Group on your phone, dial pound 250, keyword Bishop Gold. That's pound 250, Bishop Gold, or go to bishopgoldgroup.com.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
If you are ready to begin your journey to optimal health, wellness, and beauty, well, then you have to go see my friends over at Begin Anew Med Spa. Hey, this is Franny, and I initially started my journey at Begin Anew because I wasn't getting quality sleep and I was lacking energy throughout the day. Well, after extensive lab work, Sam, their wellness guru, found out my deficiencies and got me on supplements and peptides, and they really have turned my life around. Not only did Begin Anew get me feeling incredible on the inside, but they also got me feeling more confident on the outside. I've had Botox, the game-changing Morpheus 8 treatment, and I just started my laser hair removal sessions. In fact, this week I am going for round 2 of laser hair removal. They truly have everything all under one roof for the latest in wellness and aesthetic anti-aging solutions. So for this holiday season, take care of yourself by letting their highly skilled medical professionals take care of you. Check them out today at beginanewmed.com. That's beginanewmed.com.
Newt Gingrich here, and I'd like to invite you to listen to my podcast, Newt's World. Most people know me as the former Speaker of the House, but I'm also a historian with a wide range of interests. I enjoy talking with experts in their field and the most interesting people across a variety of subjects. I release 4 episodes of Newt's World every week with an effort to excite the imagination of our audience and hopefully
Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Wednesday. Beautiful weather out there. Good day to maybe put up some Christmas lights. It is going to be beautiful all day. Not too hot and not too cool. Perfect weather for South Florida. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
And good morning, Francis.
Hello and good morning.
And Cyber Monday was on, guess what? Monday. Jimmy, did they break records?
They sure did. Cyber Monday was a new record this year, and they were already looking for it to be around $11 billion, and that's about what the number came out to be. $11.3 billion worth of shopping was done online this past Monday. In the peak hour Monday, shoppers collectively spent about $12.8 million per minute.
Wow.
Per minute.
That was a pretty neat stat the way they showed that, so thought I'd add that in there. Spending throughout Cyber Week, which spans from Thanksgiving through Cyber Monday, notched a hefty $35.27 billion. And it's so weird when you see this number because that makes it sound low. It's only up 4% over last year. Now, of course, it is a huge number. Don't get me wrong. But when you see just that 4%, it's up. It makes it seem like it's low, but it's not. Adobe predicts that spending will reach $210 billion throughout the entire shopping season, and that counts from right through December 31st. That's a 2.75 increase from last year. So not surprisingly, the biggest spending was on toys and electronics, which is, again, what was expected. So no big surprises there, other than, I guess, maybe if people didn't think that it was going to break records, but sure did.
Well, it shows your spending's not down, which is good. Yeah. And that's good for the economy,
Kicked
obviously.
Black Friday's online sales
Yeah.
in the butt.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot. And that stat that you had per minute.
Yeah,
that's insane.
That is, wow.
12.8 million per minute.
Per minute. Wow. Man, every 60 seconds.
But, I mean, this particular article didn't have it, but obviously every other one that we read was a lot of it's going on a credit card.
Did you do, and they're saying if you can, which is very difficult for people this time of year, there was articles saying that if you cannot try not to spend on your credit card this year, this holiday season, because interest rates are up so high.
Yeah. Well, that's true too. Yeah. Got to keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
And you could always look for credit cards that have zero interest, transfer it over. That's always smart to do. And there's so many different ones where you can look for it and then transfer it and you don't pay it. And then you get usually like 18 months, 12 months. You got to be smart with your money because the interest rate could kill you in any situation. But I think a lot of people everything's a card. Yeah.
Did you guys buy anything Cyber Monday?
No,
I did not. No. I haven't bought anything for Christmas yet.
I didn't go crazy either. I just I purchased one thing and that was it, and that's because I needed the Peloton bike that we got.
Okay.
You need the shoes that go with it.
Oh, it's required?
So if you've ever been like in cycle class, they have the cycle shoes that lock in.
Okay.
Right? And so it came with it, but the lady who had it has a bigger foot than I do.
I didn't realize. Okay.
Damn her.
It should have told her.
Big foot.
Yeah,
no,
she said,
I'm just kidding.
Take it back.
So right, can't have this. So I had to buy a pair myself, but I got them at a discounted rate, which I did. And I'll tell you what, like I've taken a few rides so far, and I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, man.
Good.
I am. I'm drinking that Peloton Kool-Aid.
Now, how much are shoes for that?
I got mine for like $35.
Oh, that's not bad.
No. It's not bad at all. But I took advantage of the Cyber Monday sales. So something else that's going on when we think about all this shopping, the holiday season, tonight, we talked about it yesterday a bit, but the Rockefeller Center tree lighting is happening this evening, and they are doing the holiday special. It looks like they're bringing the lighting to the rest of the country. This is Eastern time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. They say a lot of New Yorkers would rather stay home. They're not going to come out like they used to, which I'm surprised.
Yeah,
I think we'll see. I think we'll see that they'll come out there, but this is according to CNN.
And the weather's not bad.
And that is surprising too, considering with what we've been going through the past couple of years. You would think people would want to get out for anything like that.
Maybe New Yorkers not so much, but maybe you'll have a lot of tourists fly in for it who haven't seen it. If you live there like you used to, is it something that you see once or twice and you're like, oh, I'm good. I'll just watch it from the television.
I think it's nice in person, but there's usually huge crowds.
Yeah.
I mean, I've gone. I went a ton of times, but
it's probably a lot of people from out of state.
Yeah, and I mean where it is too. You walk by it every day. I used to walk by it to get coffee and meet my bookmaker, so it was fun.
I'd be curious to see that number. How many is domestic versus people that are there that are vacationing or for any other reason? Just visiting a town.
I would probably. What would you think? I would probably say it was more people visiting than it would be people who live there, because like you said, we talk about it here. So many things that we have here we don't take advantage of because you have it here.
Yeah.
I think that's what piques my curiosity. I mean, because if I lived there, if I lived near there where it's a walking distance, I mean, I would go.
Yeah, why not?
It's perfect spot. I mean, you got Rockefeller Center, then you have the
you can go ice skating.
Yes, you can go St. Patrick's Cathedral across the street. It's always nice. And see the show and everything like that. But it feels so Christmassy. I mean, that's the thing.
Oh, yeah. So this year's tree is an 82-foot tall Norway spruce from Queensbury, New York. They said the tree weighs about 14 tons. And this is a thing that a lot of people really don't like, because it is cutting down a tree that's been around for ages. And I've heard people say that, like, I don't want to support it because of that. This tree, they say, is about 90 years old.
Right.
But it's going to feature more than 50,000 multicolored LED lights, topped with a Swarovski star covered in 3 million crystals, which is a lot of crystals. And then if you're interested to watch it, of course, you're going to have the Radio City Rockettes are going to be there. Andrea Bocelli is going to be performing, who I adore. Alicia Keys. And I think they're going to kick it off with Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton doing a duet together.
Cool. Nice.
I always wanted to light the tree. I just never came together.
Hey, it's never too late.
You never
know.
It's
never too late. You're still around. Maybe
you walk past it, you pull the plug out. Oh,
maybe
God.
Next
damn
year.
it. Or you plug it in, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Oh, no. know. It's like, Chevy Chase and Christmas Vacation. Oh, I swear I had them all in.
What the hell's going on? Can't believe it won't light. Great, get out of the way. We got it. It is the Penthouse. We're going to come back with This Day in History and a trifecta and a lot more on a Wednesday. Peace.
No one gives a big warm hug like us when you need it. Come on, get in here. Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. What?
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's going to be a warm one on our Wednesday. Temperatures in the mid-80s as we move through our afternoon, above average for this time of year. A few isolated showers, even a storm or two will be possible. This ahead of a front boundary that moves in overnight. We will see some clouds to start off Thursday, along with a few scattered showers. Temperatures fall near 80 degrees for tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson. And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Strike's Cigar Lounge.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
Hey, it's the Greek for Joseph's Classic Market, one of my favorite spots, where great meals begin. If you love to eat well, Joseph's Classic Market has it all. Fresh produce, meats, seafood, deli, pizza, bakery, and prepared foods. And Joseph's offers catering for all special events. Boca Raton, Delray, and Palm Beach Gardens. Joseph's Classic Market is also hiring for all positions. Joseph's Classic Market, where great meals begin, proud sponsor of Greek's Gridiron. I don't start a day without going to Joseph's Classic Market. Peace.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach. If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-461-8937. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-461-8937 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-461-8937 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-461-8937.
We put all your music, radio stations, and podcasts in one easy-to-use app, and we made it completely free because, well, let's face it, you have other things to do with your money. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Hey, it's Megan from Pillow Talk Podcast. You're invited to join me this Friday from 11 to 1 p.m. at the new Crumble Cookies in Delray Beach at 1911 South Federal Highway. Win prizes like Tortuga Music Festival tickets while you check out the new store, get some cookies, and register to win cookies for a year from Crumble Cookies.
Smell that wonderful smell? Open the box to find a treat no child or adult can resist. It's cupcakes from Small Cakes of Royal Palm Beach. Located next to Target on Okeechobee Boulevard, we start baking before you get out of bed. Our frosting and decorating while you're getting ready and sliding them into the case just as you pull up. Be it a special occasion or just a special person, Small Cakes bakes over 18 different flavors every day for all to enjoy. We'll be waiting for you with ice cream on the side and a cherry on top.
Hey, it's the Greek. Your smile is the first thing people see, and I have the guy who can give you that $1 million smile.
Thanks, Greek. I'm Dr. Ernest Orfanos, a board-certified periodontist, and I can give you that perfect smile. My staff and I will make you feel comfortable and relaxed during your procedure. We do what's called Teeth in the Day, where you get implants and teeth that very same day, all phases of dental implants. And as a multi-specialty office, we are capable of meeting and exceeding all of your needs. Please call our office at 561-477-7171.
This is Ben Ferguson.
And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
From the Racetrack Traffic Center.
Good morning. Road rangers are still dealing with a crash northbound on 95 at the Lantana Road exit. It's blocking the off-ramp left lane. In Boca, watch for a collision on Boca Rio Road south of Palmetto Park Road. And we've also got a wreck on Jog Road south of Atlantic Avenue. That's traffic. I'm Doug Lindsay.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson.
And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yippee-yi-yay, baby. It is Wednesday in The Penthouse. Hope you guys are having a great day and you got fluid in your windshield wiper. Jimmy, good afternoon.
Hello, hello, and that's not where it goes.
Okay. Franny's here.
Hey, what's up?
That's why my car's in service all the time.
There it is.
There it is.
That's why I got so many flat tires.
It's time for a trifecta in this day in history.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
This is something I heard a lot yesterday afternoon. A lot of people are jacked up. USA won in the World Cup. They beat Iran 1-0, and now they're into the round of 16. So hats off to Team USA. Great job. And now they're in the round of 16. Hopefully they can keep it going. I believe they play on Saturday. That is their next game. So hats off to USA. Great job, guys. College football rankings came out, and it was pretty much the way we said it was going to go down, and everybody else did. Georgia's still number 1 by a long shot. Michigan, TCU, and USC. Now, one of the surprises, Ohio State's 5, and Alabama is 6.
I saw that.
Yep.
Yeah, and people
Makes things interesting.
Yes, yes. We'll see what happens this weekend. They're at the conference championships. USC plays Friday night against Utah. They're only 3-point favorites. Thank you, DraftKings. And TCU plays Kansas State, which they did beat earlier in the year. They were down a lot, but they came back. But you know the committee wants Alabama in there so bad. So we'll see what happens. But it's Georgia, Michigan. Georgia and Michigan are huge favorites in their conference championship games. They're both 18-point favorites. So I don't see either one of them losing. Can anything happen? Yes. I just don't see it. I see Georgia burying LSU, and I see Michigan taking down Purdue. But TCU and USC, they got tough games with Ohio State and Alabama right there. I think Alabama really should be 5 over Ohio State because they played a tougher schedule than Ohio State did this year. But they are right there 6, and Saban every day is on the phone making calls, trying to lobby for his team.
So safe to say if TCU loses, Alabama jumps up?
Well, the way it looks now, it looks like Ohio State. Because Ohio State's 5.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they might just make it. I think, personally, Alabama should be 5 based on their schedule. Because the Big Ten is not good this year. I mean, they're playing Purdue in the championship game. Michigan is. It's East against West. But they got 4 losses. They're not good teams over there. Just really not.
Yeah.
The SEC, I do believe, is the toughest conference in the college football. That's just not my opinion.
But Alabama has 2 losses, and Ohio only has 1, right?
Yep, but I'm going by schedule.
All
and,
right.
Saban was like, we lost both games, last play of the game, we're on the road.
Well, yeah, they were very close.
Yeah. They want either one in. They don't want TCU in. I mean, most people don't even know what TCU stands for.
No, they don't.
What's a Horned Frog?
Bring the money.
USA would be okay because it's a West Coast team, and the championship game is in the Rose Bowl, which is big. I think Williamson is going to win the Heisman Trophy. So
USC still in the pack?
Pac-12, yeah.
Yeah.
This year.
Okay.
Next year,
yeah.
They're going where the money
move,
is.
Right, yeah.
So we'll see.
Big, right?
Yeah.
Big 10. Well,
yeah.
Now it's the Big 14, right?
Big 33. Yeah, so they're moving over. But Georgia and Michigan, I don't think they change at all.
No.
I just don't. I don't see them losing their games. Maybe they don't cover. There's always a possibility of that, but I don't see either one of them not winning when they're 18 to 20-point favorites. And both of those lines are going to be going up. If you want to bet them today. And Aaron Rodgers got some good news from his doctor. He said he will be playing Sunday no matter what. On his ribs and also his thumb. He also has a tremendous record against the Bears lifetime. Unbelievable record.
Oh, yeah. I think he owns them.
Oh, yeah, he does.
He absolutely owns them.
Yeah, I think I don't know what it is, but it's unbelievable. I don't know. It's like 18-3 or something like that.
Yeah.
And Fields might not play for the Bears, so he's probably like, I got to pick up a W. But he did say yesterday he is playing. He got encouraging news from his doctor. I don't think they would sit him anyway. If Rodgers wants to play, he's playing. He runs that team. There's no doubt about it.
Well, I think the only thing is at this point, what part of their season can they salvage, and is it worth him injuring himself further? Mm-hmm. That's, but that also depends. Do you really think he's coming back next year? There's a couple different factors in there you may not normally think about, too. I don't know.
100%. He said mathematically they are still alive, so in his opinion, the season still counts. That's what he said yesterday in his podcast. He goes, we're not eliminated. We still can make the playoffs. So can't.
Wow,
yeah.
Can they?
They can make the playoffs.
I don't know. So it's just so weird. I hate when they start doing this so early. The playoff picture. They started it 3 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, you got 6 more weeks.
The playoff picture.
7 more weeks.
The season isn't even half over. Playoff picture. Everybody's in it except for the Raiders and Houston.
Yeah, basically.
Really.
32 teams, 28 are still alive.
Yeah.
So that's what Rodgers said yesterday. Also, Tom Brady said he's on borrowed time on his podcast. Indications from some people in the NFL, this could be it for Brady. But we will see what happens with that. That is your trifecta, uno of cuatro today. And now we're going to go over to Jimmy for This Day in History.
On this day in history.
Well, jump into the time machine because we got a long ride to go back 535 years ago today. In 1487, the first German beer purity law is promulgated in Munich by Albert IV, Duke of Bavaria, stating beer should be brewed from only 3 ingredients: water, malt, and hops. 240 years ago today, in 1782, Britain and the United States signed the preliminary articles of the Treaty of Paris as part of the Peace of Paris, a collection of treaties concluding the American Revolution. 146 years ago today, in 1876, Yale defeats Princeton 2-0 in Hoboken, New Jersey, in the first college football game played on Thanksgiving Day, with nearly 1,000 fans attending the game.
No Greek joke there?
No Greek joke.
Okay.
Thought we were going to go for Greek had under 2.
Okay. I was waiting for that.
I did, I found that score to be quite odd, 2-0. Obviously,
safety.
As long as they had the same rules back then, or at least on this game, it had to be a safety, right?
Yeah.
So I was looking up to see what the lowest scoring game ever was. In the NFL, there was I think 5 3-0 games is how they have it listed, but I couldn't find anything, on the college level. 122 years ago today, in 1900, Oscar Wilde died in Paris of a chronic ear infection. In an unrelated situation, Oscar Mayer has a way with BOLO. GNA. There's your joke.
Thank you. He died of an ear infection?
Yeah, I guess so.
Wow.
82 years ago today.
Way to go, right?
Yeah.
But Paris is beautiful this time of year.
At least if you're going to die, die in Paris.
Go up to the Eiffel Tower.
I mean, this time of year it's nice.
My ear. 82 years ago today, in 1940, Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz got married. They were together for 20 years. 68 years ago today, 1954, the first modern instance of a meteorite striking a human being occurs in Alabama, when a meteorite crashes through the roof of a house and into a living room, bounces off a radio, how the hell do they know this, and strikes a woman on the hip. The victim, Mrs. Elizabeth Hodges, was sleeping on a couch at the time of impact. Can you imagine that? You're laying on a couch, you get hit by a meteorite.
No luck.
The space rock was sulfide meteorite weighing 8.5 pounds and measuring 7 inches in length. Easy there, Greek.
It was an Auburn fan.
63 years ago today, in 1959, Billboard magazine reported that the payola scandal will substantially damage the careers of at least 25 radio DJs. 54 years ago today, 1968, Diana Ross and the Supremes had a #1 hit with one of Greek's favorite songs, Love Child.
Oh, I like that song. I really do.
45 years ago today, 1977, David Bowie performed a duet with Bing Crosby on his Christmas special. They sang The Little Drummer Boy.
Yeah. Good trivia question.
For more music, 43 years ago today, in 1979, Pink Floyd released The Wall, featuring quite arguably one of the greatest guitar solos of all time in Comfortably Numb. 40 years ago today, in 1982, more music. Michael Jackson released his 6th album, Thriller. It did okay. It's still the best-selling album of all time.
Wow.
Did okay.
40 years later. 28 years ago today, in 1994, Tupac Shakur was shot 5 times while being robbed of $40,000 worth of jewelry outside a New York City recording studio. 18 years ago today, in 2004, Ken Jennings ended his 74-game winning streak on Jeopardy! His earnings, a total $3,022,700. Not too bad, huh?
No.
And finally, 15 years ago today, in 2007, legendary motorcycle stuntman Evel Knievel died in Florida. He was a young age of 69. Don't do drugs, kids. And that's what happened on this wonderful day in our history.
He used to do some unbelievable things.
Oh, yeah,
Even Knievel. I mean, he jumped Caesars, all those buses in the parking lot.
Yeah, well, and plus he was obviously, say, one of the first stuntmen. I mean, he made such an image of himself, creating that image, creating that character.
Yeah.
Which is what, I mean, I loved him as a kid, and I was just a little tyke, in the 70s when he was making some of those jumps over the buses and everything.
Did you want to do that? Did you want to?
Sure.
Be
And
a daredevil?
I had all those, the Evil Knievel toys, where the one where you wind up the bike and it shoots across the room and it comes with a ramp and you jump it over the books from the bookshelf. Yeah.
Last time I was in Vegas, there was a gentleman there, and he was telling me about it, about the Caesars run. He worked there for like 40 years and in the parking lot, which now obviously everything's changed and built up and everything like that. But he was like, that's where all the buses were. That's where Evil jumped over the casino, the thing.
Right.
Which is unbelievable. You know what I mean? When you think about some of the stuff he did. Didn't he have that rocket over the
rocket over the Grand Canyon? And I believe, if I remember right, and I don't know if this is still a record, he broke every bone in his body.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I think it was some sort of,
and he survived?
Yeah, he survived.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And that's what always, jumped out at me. Or maybe there was one or two it didn't. I don't know. But it was something.
Yeah. Oh, he was always hurt.
I'd have to look it up to.
Those people like that. Those daredevils, even like the ones who do the crazy jumps on the BMX bikes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You got to be a special kind of person because they get injured and then they just get back up, dust it off, and just do it all over again.
Sure. I mean, those kids on those bikes that you watch are young people. They don't even have any they got like little pads on.
No,
and helmets.
nothing. I was watching
those. Yeah.
There was a dude who's incredible, and I got to think of his name, but he's in the Nitro Circus, I think, or was on, and that was a show that they did on MTV for a bit.
Right.
And they're all do different things. He was on America's Got Talent, did a version of it where it was all Daredevil kind of stuff.
Okay.
It wasn't all kinds of talent. It was a specific special to
Daredevil.
that. Yeah, and
That's cool.
It was very cool. They only did once. I wonder if they're going to bring it back. But there was a guy, and I can't remember his name, but in a wheelchair doing crazy ramps and jumps and stuff like that. And one time he did it. He did it a few times, but I mean, when he fell, he would fall on his face and just get back up. And do it again. I mean, like I said, you are a special person to do that.
You can endure pain.
Oh, absolutely, but you got a passion for it.
Oh yeah,
They
you have to
love
have
that stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, well, I got to keep doing it till
Yeah.
I can do it, and then I do it well, and it's.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. It's something.
And a lot of
because you're going to get hurt.
And a lot of people have kids too, and you always think about that, and you would think
God
that
forbid.
would be in their back of their head.
Yeah, God forbid.
God
they
forbid, yeah.
get hurt really seriously, crippled,
Well,
can't work.
You know, and you see somebody like a pioneering person in that industry of Evel Knievel. I mean, the guy was just the last years of his life were miserable.
Sure.
You know, because I mean,
yeah.
he just all kinds of
I'm
arthritis.
sure the
and
ailment's got to suck when you get older.
I mean,
we see with football players and stuff. I mean, imagine that. And these
True.
guys
That's
are
a good
doing
point,
crazy
really.
things.
Yeah, they're not thinking that when they're 30, 40.
I understand that, and that's the thing about being 20 is you think even when you do something like that, you think you're going to live forever and survive it all, and a lot of them do. Don't get me wrong, but man, I can't imagine what that was like. Near the last few years of his life living like that.
Oh, it had to be tremendous pain.
Well, here's something I saw in the news, gang, and if you want, you can check this out. Jeep has launched a contest to name one of its upcoming electric SUVs. The brand unveiled 2 concept vehicles in September that is out for preview, and they're going to be 2024 models. So the Recon is a Wrangler-inspired off-road vehicle, while the Wrangler S is a street-smart performance SUV slated to debut with, get this, 600 horsepower powertrain and a driving range of about 400 miles between charges. So they're really making improvements on some of these electric cars. But the thing about it is the Grand Wagoneer, the S in the name, is just a placeholder. Okay. So what they want you to do is you could enter in a contest to give it a new name. The Jeep is now asking fans for suggestions on what to replace it with in an online contest, with the winner getting a week-long vacation for 4 to the Jackson Hole Mountain Resort in Wyoming.
I've heard that's beautiful, Jackson Hole. Yeah,
apparently it's worth $40,000
Wow.
for this, a week-long event. $10,000 a person. I mean, saying you could have 4 people. So entries will be accepted through December 2nd. But you don't want to wait until the last minute, because if they have the same name multiple times, they take the first one.
Yep.
Ooh.
So-
I wonder if you get to maybe even hang out with Derek Jeter. Because Derek Jeter.
I see he's doing spots for them.
He's
now,
a
right?
national spokesperson.
Yeah.
For them.
Is he?
Him and his family, not just him.
Yeah.
Him, his family, and his kids.
I saw it this
really?
past weekend for the first
I've seen
time.
it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
My-
Pretty cool advertising.
My sister-in-law, she does not this new electric one, but she just got the newer Wagoneer that Jeep makes.
Oh,
It is
all right.
a gorgeous vehicle,
Yeah.
and it's big, and that's why she's got a lot of kids she got to tow, but it's like 3 rows back. It's really, really nice. Jeep is definitely stepping up their game, and that was the first car I purchased on my own was a Wrangler.
Always like them too. Mo and Sally have that gray one that
Yeah.
they bring in here, and I've always liked that. That's the original, like the Wrangler, right?
Yeah.
Just a 2-seater that the hard top comes off.
Yeah, mine had the soft top, and
Right.
and that was the only thing I loved it. I had a Jeep Wrangler Sahara Edition. It was the first car I purchased
Okay.
on my own, and the only thing that sucked, and it was when it rained and you had that top down.
I can imagine.
It took forever to put the top up, and little old me, and zip all the windows in.
Yeah.
But I want to get an, and I don't, and that's the thing. They hold their value. And
They
if
do.
not, they
Oh,
do get
yeah.
pricey, because I was looking at getting one before I got my Volvo. I was like, all right, well, let me see, and I was like, nope, can't afford that right
They
now.
do hold
Those are
their
more
value.
expensive than some
Yeah,
new cars that are out there right now.
Absolutely.
And it's funny too. The one thing about them is I don't know about a lot of other brands out there. I mean, for the most part, most vehicles are all automatics now, right? But Jeep is still, I mean, they're pretty much manual transmissions across the board, which is pretty good. I mean, you can
mine
get it
was
with automatic, don't get me wrong.
And that was a 2001, but it's more fun to have a manual. I do get that, but a lot of them now are automatic.
Yeah. It's just, you don't see that too often. I mean, it's like I couldn't get a manual in my car if I wanted it. I mean, a lot of brands, you can't even get it if you want it. But
so
they're
if you
still
think of a
out there.
cool name, you might get a beautiful trip.
There you go.
All right,
The
everybody.
Greek.
Thinking caps.
That's it. It's a winner.
I know.
The
The
Greek.
Greek $40,000 trip to Jackson Hole. That's got to be. I've heard. I have heard Jackson Hole is supposed to be beautiful, but I'm guessing it is a very pricey place.
Oh, that
if
must
that's
be.
$40,000 for a vacation.
$10,000 a person.
Yeah,
for a
that
week.
is insane. Well, maybe if you win that trip, you can take somebody with you. It is cuffing season, so you may want to lock down somebody right now. It looks like this is the number one trait, and this is according to a psychologist, that keeps you younger and more attractive to others.
Ooh.
So this is not like a relationship expert. It's a psychologist. And people wouldn't guess this, but not only is it that, but they find having this trait is very powerful for healing and living a happier life, and that is compassion. It keeps you younger and more attractive to others. It's not about feeling sorry for people. To truly empathize with someone else, they say you must develop a deep connection no matter who they are, where they're from.
Phooey.
They think of it as an act of moving from judgment to caring, from isolation to connection, from indifference or dislike to understanding. And they say that it's a trait that you truly have to develop, but once you do, people find you to be more attractive.
Franny.
Oh my God! Who the hell cares?
And it keeps you to be younger, is what this is according
See,
to.
when I heard younger, I thought it was plastic surgery.
Well, no, it's a trait.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a trait. It keeps you looking younger.
Yes.
So you got to be compassionate toward others.
Yeah.
Well, that's not hard to do. It really isn't.
For some people, it is.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You're right.
Being kindness, selflessness, mindfulness, empathy, all those things wrapped up in one thing. And I can totally see that, how it can make somebody more attractive.
Yeah, you see that's...
Because if you're a jerk face, you're definitely unattractive.
You're right. And if you have those good qualities, it might make somebody look at you and say, wow, that's great that he has the qualities.
I've seen some of the prettiest people be very ugly because of their personalities.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Or things they've, done or displayed, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And behavior they have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, to be compassionate to somebody or somebody's going through a hard time, to be there for them, that says a lot. It really does. You don't find a lot of people like that. You really don't. Because everybody's pretty much, I got my own stuff or whatever. But that's a good trait. So if you're like that, you might be more attractive out there and younger. So that's a good thing for everybody out there. It is Wednesday. We always try to give you a lot, but man, at 11 and 1 o'clock, Franny gives you a super amount because we got Florida stories, and you guys always give her a lot to talk about. What do we got coming up? Meth.
It hasn't been meth in a while.
I know, it
I
has
don't
been
know
a
what's
while.
going on. Maybe that's good. It's a good sign.
Well, we got to go to Thailand.
It's a
for it.
great.
There's a Buddhist church over there, or Buddhist colony that got busted. All their people are busted for meth.
Today's today's actually National Meth Awareness Day. It really is.
Not in
It's
Thailand.
on the calendar, yeah.
Apparently.
Well, no, they're
Well,
aware of it
that's why
now.
they got busted.
Yeah, they're aware of it.
There's 4 months. They
But
got
yeah,
busted.
no, we haven't had meth in a long time. I'm hoping that's a good thing in Florida that we don't have meth news. But yeah, we have a cop impersonator. Also, we got marijuana in
Oh, all right.
yeah.
All right, I'll
So
settle
it's not
for
meth.
that.
It's
I'll
not
settle
meth,
for
but we got some Mary J in it and wild hogs wreaking havoc. Let's give
Yeah,
you
all
all
right.
the details
Sounds
when we
like
come
fun.
back on
What's her
Real
name?
Radio 92.1.
You can now watch your favorite radio show. Go to realradio921.com/watch so you can watch us make radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's going to be a warm one on our Wednesday. Temperatures in the mid-80s as we move through our afternoon, above average for this time of year. A few isolated showers, even a storm or two will be possible. This ahead of a front boundary that moves in overnight. We will see some clouds to start off Thursday, along with a few scattered showers. Temperatures fall near 80 degrees for tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson.
And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Dana Schwartz, host of the hit podcast Noble Blood. Join me on my new podcast, Stealing Superman, for a deep dive into the shocking true crime saga of the theft of a priceless comic book from the home of Nicolas Cage.
Someone targeted this very specific, very talented actor and stole something that is very specific to his interests.
Listen to Stealing Superman on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Why do you buckle up when you get in your truck?
Maybe you do it to get home safely to your loved ones, or because you take your job as a professional driver seriously, or because you want to follow the law to stay safe. Remember, it doesn't matter how long you've been driving, or even if it's a quick trip. Wear your seatbelt to stay safe on the road. Learn more at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov. That's www.sharetheroadsafely.gov. And remember to buckle up when you get behind the wheel. Paid for by FMCSA.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And in the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. The crazy thing is, this never ends. Even when you die, your family's now going to be stuck with this burden. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. 800-809-7171. That's 800-809-7171. 800-809-7171.
Year, make, model, miles, average, rough, or clean. That's really all I need to know at GiveMeTheVIN.com. Put in your license plate number, update your miles, tell me if it's a good one or a bad one, I'll put a number on it electronically and come back with a human being and firm it up. We'll give you a check on Bank of America. The money is good as gold. We'll pay off your payoff or pay you straight. GiveMeTheVIN.com. They don't call us America's best car buyer for nothing.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Well, President Trump has announced. And now, Ron DeSantis is rising fast in the polls. Newsmax is conducting an urgent poll. Do you want Donald Trump or Ron DeSantis as your candidate in 2024? It's a big question. Newsmax wants to know your opinion. Vote in the Newsmax poll on Trump versus DeSantis. Just text the word BIRD to 39747. That's BIRD to 39747. It takes just seconds. Let your voice be heard. And tune into Newsmax for news you can trust. They're even beating CNN in key ratings. So make the switch to Newsmax and vote in Newsmax's poll on Trump versus DeSantis. Text BIRD to 39747. That's BIRD to 39747. Make the switch to Newsmax today.
Trouble getting to sleep and staying asleep? It could ruin your next day. That's why nutrition company Healthy Cell created REM Sleep to help you fall asleep, stay asleep, and sleep deep. Unlike other supplements that don't work, REM Sleep by Healthy Cell is not a pill. It's a gel you swallow with ultra-absorbent of science-backed ingredients supporting all 4 stages of sleep. Visit HealthyCell.com and use radio for 20% off your first order. Risk-free, love it or your money guaranteed. HealthyCell.com, code radio.
If you run a small business, you need the most from every investment. That's why Comcast Business gives you more. Like more innovation with our new gig speed Wi-Fi, plus unlimited data. More speed from the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses. And more savings, up to 60% a year with Comcast Business Mobile. All from the company that powers more businesses than any other provider. When you need more, you need Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with internet and advanced security for just $40 per month for 12 months with no annual contract when you add mobile. Plus, ask how to get a $750 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Ends 1/1/2023. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary. Compare pricing of top carriers. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Comcast Business Internet required. New Comcast Business 100 megabits per second internet and security edge customers only. Equipment taxes and other fees extra and subject to change. Must add mobile within 90 days of internet install and keep services for 12 months for discount. Results vary. Not an endorsement.
Right now, you may be running a little late, or feeling stressed, or overwhelmed, and you may be going a bit over the speed limit. So to help you relax, exhale. Ease up on the gas. You'll get there when you get there. Take a moment to just chill. This little break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Good morning. Watch for a broken down vehicle on the Turnpike northbound at Lake Worth Road, blocking the left shoulder. You've got another broken down vehicle southbound on the Turnpike. That one's got the left shoulder blocked before mile marker 77. That's traffic. I'm Doug Lindsay.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson.
And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney. WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Wednesday. Good midday to everybody out there at 92.1. Thanks enough. We bow to you for listening. We appreciate you guys being part of the show every day. And we hope we definitely put a smile on your face and make you go thumbs up to the Penthouse. Thank you so much for listening. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
And of course, Francis is here.
Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday.
And it is time for some Florida stories.
Florida.
Florida.
Did you say Florida?
I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Well, Jeremy DeWitt has been arrested multiple times, and it looks like he got arrested again yesterday, according to Osceola County Sheriff's Office. They said he was arrested for violation of probation on an Orange County warrant. Well, this guy has been arrested because he loves to impersonate officers. And he's done it. He did it one time. This is really weird. So he impersonated an officer while directing traffic for a funeral procession. And when he got busted by cops, they said he reached for his gun during a fight with an actual deputy. And that got him arrested. They said records show there was another arrest where he's accused of the same crime. This time, he was arrested during a traffic stop when deputies said he was dressed up as a police officer while riding on a motorcycle and carrying a weapon. Well, he's a convicted felon, is not allowed to carry a concealed weapon, and is not allowed to dress up like a police officer because he is not, in fact, a police officer. They're saying no other details have been released at this time for why he got busted again. They just said it was him violating his probation. And then next up in You're What the Florida, this is an update. Do you remember that wedding where the woman in the caterer laced the guest's wedding or the food with marijuana? Yep. Well, the Orlando caterer, her name is Jocelyn Bryant, who catered the wedding. She has finally been accused of being involved with food laced with marijuana at that Longwood wedding. And now she faces a lawsuit from one of the wedding guests. And who knows, maybe more may pile on. When deputies responded, it's terrible. They found multiple guests high on marijuana and freaking out because they had no idea what was going on with them.
Of course.
They spoke with several guests who told deputies they began to feel sick after eating the food at the venue. After guests were taken to the hospital, from suffering from the effects of marijuana, both Bryant and the bride were arrested. The food was recovered from the scene and tested for THC. It looks like that they said that they got busted. They can face felony charges for tampering with food. It looks like they laced the lasagna and the bread with THC. So it wasn't everything, but it was just enough.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it was just certain dishes that they put THC in that they laced it with. So yeah, she's gonna be in trouble. I don't have any update on the bride, but I'm sure she's gonna face similar charges. Maybe not as bad. I don't know, because this is the caterer actually is the one who prepared the dishes, but she should
Well, she's an accessory.
Too.
No
she
doubt
was
about
her
it.
idea from everything I read.
Yeah,
they
but
got together.
What is the fun of doing that?
I don't know. Maybe she thought everybody was going to have a better time. I don't know. And then we got some wild hogs, and we got those in Florida. And the Crossings HOA is like, well, you may have to deal with it because they don't allow the residents there to put up fences for protection. But they're like, we need this protection. This is in the Palm Coast area. And it looks like they're not only like digging holes, they say they have unearthed like their wires and stuff that are underground. And they've showed video of all this aftermath. But not just that, they are attacking the residents.
That's
like
bad.
they're actually physically going after them. And I've heard hogs can be nasty.
Oh, yeah, very.
Yeah. They say they can see them in broad daylight, but mostly at night, destroying yards, common areas, and attacking people. So people are like telling the HOA, you got to do something about this. This is ridiculous. An 89-year-old guy went out at night and he said he has to carry a baseball bat with him because
The hogs go after him?
because he's afraid. Yeah, when they go and walk their dogs, they encounter wild hogs all the time. He's like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me in my life. He said, fortunately, the flashlight I had was big. I just kept hitting the pig that was wrestling with me. He eventually knocked me into the bushes and left me alone. But at 89 years old, God, something could have happened way worse. So these people are very much in fear for their lives and their safety.
Sure.
And the HOA is like, sorry, no fences. God, HOAs suck. Especially if you're dealing with this. So hopefully something will be done. We'll see what happens. And that is your What the Florida.
Call animal control on your own.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean,
if
but
that's
try to get every single one of them. I mean, yeah.
I don't know if it's a solution, but it's at least maybe a start that you can do. If the HOA isn't going to do anything, well, you've got to do something.
Yeah, and I don't know if the HOA isn't going to handle the hog situation, but these people are like, just let us please put up fences, so we can
And that's
not have
terrible.
anything in our own backyard.
You got to walk your dog with a bat.
Yeah.
I mean, that's terrible. 89-year-old guy. That's not cool. The Washington Redskins on Sunday.
In the Washington who?
Sorry. Not the Washington Redskins. I apologize. A bad habit. Washington Commanders. One of their players, Robinson, running back, wore this big hat in celebration. And now it seems to be the newest big trend that you're going to see fans wear. It's the big hat. It's huge. You got to check it out and see it. It is pretty funny. But their sales went up, they said, 2,000%, that fans want them now. It was in Washington. Like I said, Robinson.
What's his name? I'm looking it up.
Robinson. He's running back.
Brian Robinson, yeah. I saw a couple pictures of these things. Some dude on one of the ESPN's, Scott Van Pelt, he had that a long time ago.
Yeah.
He had this, but obviously this just goes to show you the power of advertising. This Brian Robinson of the Washington Commanders, he wore it on, was it Sunday night or Monday Night Football?
I think it was Sunday night.
Sunday Night Football, yeah. Afterwards, and they showed him in the highlights and everything.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and you know what it reminds you of? Remember that old 10-gallon hat?
Yeah, the big cowboy hat.
Cowboy hat, right?
But it's a flat brim. It's like it's a ball cap.
With the logo.
Yeah, and I guess it's from Noggin's Boss. I'm looking right now, and because TMZ's reporting, these guys were on Shark Tank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're on Shark Tank.
Yeah.
And earlier this year, they ended up making a deal with Shark Damon John, apparently, in order to put these out there. Yeah, it's kind of a neat little novelty thing, but I don't see it,
to wear as fashion
all the time. You get in your car. You can't get in your car. I mean, you'd have to take it off everywhere you are.
I can see fans wearing it at a game.
At a game,
yeah, sure. And then people behind you can't see, so then there'll be fights in the
And they hate
stands.
you,
Yeah, it's a great
yeah.
idea.
Yeah, I can see people put it in their house, maybe a man cave.
There you go.
Something
Sure,
like that.
sure.
You know,
Great.
Just
man
hang
cave
it.
item. Yeah, hang it up.
2,000% increase in sales.
Yeah, that's what
because
they
of this
say.
thing.
isn't
That's insane.
Yeah, I mean 2,000% increase.
I can fit 3 of my heads in that thing. That is ridiculous.
Maybe 4. It's big.
It is big, but
It's
it's
huge.
But it's funny.
Yeah,
They don't have he doesn't have an endorsement with them either. I mean, he just wore that on his own, and boom, sales shot up. So I mean, they had to throw him a couple of bucks.
I mean, only $75 isn't that bad because ball caps can be a little pricey.
Oh, yeah, ball caps at the stadium are $50.
Yeah.
A regular one.
I was going to say, almost anywhere.
Yeah.
You look nowadays.
You know, I was shocked. I don't know if I mentioned this to y'all that I went to the mall to go find a Miami Dolphins hat, and I could not find one.
Really?
Is that not crazy?
Isn't that place Lids in there?
Liz is gone now.
Okay.
Because my husband was like, oh, there's a Lids. I guess it's gone. But I went to Champs and I went to another store that was Buy It.
Wow.
And there was a sports. And I was like, there was Miami Heat. There was FSU.
No Miami Dolphins hats?
There was Canes. And there was a New York Yankee everywhere. And I was just like, especially now because they're doing so well. Maybe they're sold out. But there wasn't like any empty shelves or anything.
Wow.
But I was very surprised. I borrowed one from a friend because unfortunately I don't have one, and I wanted to wear one for that Bo Campers.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe they didn't have any dolphin ones. Man, that is crazy. Yeah, this thing will be a trend. People will spend money. They'll buy it. It'll be cool.
Oh, you kidding me? This is going to be under everybody's Christmas tree now.
You're right. You're right. I see the dolphin
it's just
one.
amazing. Just goes to show you.
Jerry Jones will have one on.
You're just seen with it. Some, he's a celebrity.
Jerry just bring on Odell?
Did he just sign Odell?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe did you just hear that?
I know.
Breaking
I thought
news?
I saw it yesterday. I'll double check.
No, I didn't hear anything yesterday.
I thought I did. Jerry Jones says Cowboys are all in on Odell Beckham despite airport incident. Yeah, I saw something yesterday.
Yeah, they want him. He hasn't signed yet.
Okay, but
yeah, they've been pursuing him.
Jerry said that a
month
little
ago.
while ago.
Yeah, a month ago on his
but
show.
that's a fresh headline as far as the incident is concerned. I guess they're still interested in him.
Yeah, I think what they're saying that because of his situation on the plane, it's not going to make them not want him or sign him.
Now is he still? Is there any truth to the rumor? I mean, is he going back between the Giants and the Cowboys? As far as possible signing?
They said 4 teams. They said, again, this is speculation.
Right,
They said the Giants.
I understand. It's
Dallas, Chiefs.
Chiefs?
And maybe Niners.
Niners, okay.
Yeah. He's not going back to the Rams.
Yeah. Or Houston. Or
Yeah. I mean, again, who knows? Jerry Jones wants him. He has the money. He'll probably end up getting him.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be a big splash for the Cowboys. Odell's got that crazy personality, outgoing. People love him. I mean, they really do. But I think if Dallas wants him, I can't see him going back to the Giants because the Giants are having a good season, but I don't think they're a Super Bowl team. And it's what he wants.
Well, that's the thing, right? He wants to be on a contender.
Of course.
But, I mean, again, Giants are having a good season, too. I mean, it's one of those things that you don't really quite know why. I mean, really,
right.
when you look at them, you can list up, players on the Commanders, on the Eagles, on the Cowboys as to, well, he's doing great, and this is great, and that's great. But other than Barkley on the Giants, I mean, it's just not really. Where else do you point it? But except for their record.
They're winning.
Which is there. It's a winning record.
We'll see. I mean, I do think he ends up in Dallas. That's just my opinion. Because of the money, the fame, the notoriety, is his brand.
Yeah, the star's much bigger.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so big. I could just see it. I mean, they got, they're having a good season. They got a good team. Yeah. They got a chance like anybody else. I'm sure
if they go to Buffalo, it's all I care about.
Yeah, I haven't heard of Buffalo. I think
all it was talked about at
the beginning. Yeah.
I was like, who? No, please.
I think that from what I remember hearing, that Diggs didn't want him up there. He don't want to share the ball. Yeah, that's his ball up there. But we'll see. I mean, I'm sure if he signs, people are going to bet on the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl. Just like that.
Yeah.
I think the Dolphins are still a good bet on the odds.
He can add to a team. Don't get me wrong, but it's everywhere he's been a problem. Mm-hmm. Everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason. And when you have a guy like that, I mean, Randy Moss at least turned around. He turned things around.
Sure.
And guys do that. Maybe he will. Maybe Odell will go down to Dallas and it'll humble him. Maybe.
It might. I mean, he had a problem with the Browns.
And if it does, good for them. I mean,
He didn't have a problem with the Rams. I mean, he was only there a month. 2 months, but they wanted him back. No, he did good last year. He only came in December. Yeah. I mean, he played 1 month. He played the playoffs in the Super Bowl. Yeah. I mean, they wanted him back. He was like, I don't want to go back there. But again, they're all prima donnas. We know that.
Well,
that goes without saying.
Yeah. Some more than others.
Oh, yeah. It is the Penthouse. It is a Wednesday. We got a lot coming at you. 11:45. If you're a Panther fan, we got tickets. That's right, tickets to see the Panthers. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Real Radio is the News Junkie.
A man is in trouble for making sexual contact with his dog. Edward Dare, 35-year-old man.
Should have picked Truth.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's going to be a warm one on our Wednesday. Temperatures in the mid-80s as we move through our afternoon, above average for this time of year. A few isolated showers, even a storm or two will be possible. This ahead of a front boundary that moves in overnight. We will see some clouds to start off Thursday, along with a few scattered showers. Temperatures fall near 80 degrees for tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson.
And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
What the Florida is brought to you by Knox & Dunn, strong and true Florida rum. Flavor straight from the barrel, nothing added. Try it today.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
Is it getting harder to find new customers? After all, it's one thing to run a business and another to grow it, especially these days. But what if you had access to everyone listening to me right now? Access to all the customers in your area. As the #1 audio company in America, iHeartMedia gives you access to all the customers you need to grow at a fraction of the cost of digital, video, and social advertising, with experts ready to craft your message fast. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Why do you buckle up when you get in your truck? Maybe you do it to get home safely to your loved ones, or because you take your job as a professional driver seriously, or because you want to follow the law to stay safe. Remember, it doesn't matter how long you've been driving, or even if it's a quick trip. Wear your seatbelt to stay safe on the road. Learn more at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov. That's www.sharetheroadsafely.gov. And remember to buckle up when you get behind the wheel. Paid for by FMCSA.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Ernest S. Orphanis, DDS, the man who can give you that $1 million smile.
Football is back. Come on out to Lefty's Wings and Grill this Sunday for our next Miller Lite watch party of the season as Miami takes on San Francisco. Great food and drink specials, including $2.75 Miller Lite drafts during all live pro games, real radio swag, and a chance to win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Miami game. Kickoff is at 4:05 p.m. Lefty's, 1034 Southeast Port St. Lucie Boulevard, Port St. Lucie. See you there.
Hey, it's Greek for Strike Cigar Lounge, home of Greek Cigar 2022. Upscale cigar lounge, downtown Boca Raton. A humidor with over 500 cigars to choose from. Stop into the lounge or the patio to enjoy a perfect atmosphere with friends. Handmade cocktails, premier liquors, great place to enjoy friends or any sporting event. It's Greek Cigar 2022, and Strike Cigar Lounge is the home. Puff, puff, baby. Strike Cigar Lounge. Get there today. Peace.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
From the Racetrack Traffic Center.
Good morning. Watch for a broken down vehicle on the Turnpike northbound at Lake Worth Road, blocking the left shoulder. We've got another broken down vehicle southbound on the Turnpike. That one's got the left shoulder blocked before mile marker 77. That's traffic. I'm Doug Lindsay.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson.
And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Newt Gingrich here, and I'd like to invite you to listen to my podcast, Newt's World. Most people know me as the former Speaker of the House, but I'm also a historian with a wide range of interests. I enjoy talking with experts in their field and the most interesting people across a variety of subjects. I release 4 episodes of Newt's World every week with an effort to excite the imagination of our audience, and hopefully you'll learn something new each
17. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Hey, welcome back into the Penthouse on a hump day. Are you doing the TikTok challenge?
Yeah.
The ACDC TikTok challenge? Oh, boy. If you don't know what we're talking about, go to realradio921.com. Click on that Penthouse blog. You'll see what we're talking about. People are silly these days. Oh, boy.
Something's a lot harder than a slap.
Oh, yeah. That one woman with the frying pan. What did
Yeah.
her husband do? What
Damn.
did he do? Hey, what's going on? This is Brady. The other voice you hear right there, that is Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy.
Hello, and good morning.
And, of course, we can't have a WWGD Wednesday or a show ever without Greek. Hi, Greek.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much, Francis. I know Jimmy's got a unique story about a woman.
This might have something to do with it. Maybe this is where that challenge started, Franny. A 23-year-old near San Antonio named Sinead Sato FaceTimed her boyfriend last Sunday, and another female answered his phone. So she went into a big rage, went over and, I'm going to burn down his house.
Oh, yeah.
And then even better, she videotapes her doing it.
I think she videotaped it and then sent it to him. It was his couch.
Yeah, she sent it to him. She set his couch on fire, texts a video of her doing it, and says, "Hey, I hope your house is okay." So he tried calling the fire department, but it's too late. It burned his house down. Here's the kicker. The person that answered his phone was a relative.
Yeah, it was a cousin.
Not even another girl or anything like that.
No, I can't. But it sounds so crazy.
Yeah.
If it was somebody who was cheating and he wouldn't let her answer the phone.
There's another kicker to that story, too. Did you see that?
Well, I don't know. What did you see?
The length of time that they were dating?
How long?
It was only like 10 months.
From what I read, the story I read, it was less than that. It was only a month.
Oh, really?
A month?
That's what I read.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me see. I thought, well, okay. Go ahead. I'll go with that.
No. I mean, I will double check.
Doesn't matter. I don't care if
And
it's
she
10
burned
months
his
or a
house.
month.
No, but either way, you burned down the guy's house because you're ridiculous.
I don't care if you're with somebody 20 years, you don't burn your house down.
But even it doesn't matter. Yeah. Where she went was crazy. She is loco. But to be that loco after only 4 weeks, I mean, that guy's got a magic something. She got that mad.
Or she's just not playing with a full deck.
No, she's definitely not.
Get away from her.
She's crazy.
Here is the good news, though, because we'll do the old good
there's
news,
good
bad
news?
news. So the bad news was that, but the good news is people did get a GoFundMe for the guy. He's got $15,000 to help with a lot of the stuff. Him and his daughter, obviously.
He has a kid, too?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Nobody was in the house, I'm assuming. I hope.
Yeah, she got arrested. And she got arrested 2 days later. So she's obviously facing arson charges.
Well, clearly.
and,
she's an idiot, first of all.
Yeah.
She's a crazy idiot because she even filmed herself and sent it to him.
Yeah, I wonder what she thinks when she found out it was a relative that answered the phone.
Oh, my God.
You don't do that no matter what it is.
So you think they're still together?
You never know. Maybe she might be out before the holidays.
What do you think, Franny?
She sends the Christmas list.
I hope not, but some people like crazy.
Nope.
Yeah.
He broke up with her.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So the house was salvageable. It was not completely.
I didn't get that many details because it was the couch. But I'll tell you what, the pictures that I saw of the couch on fire. Because according the only thing that my article did say was that she set this house on fire and no one was home, and it was he called the fire department and it was too late. So the whole house went up. I mean, that's what was in the article.
What a tragedy.
But no one was home, so I guess nobody did get hurt. I mean, again, when you want to look at the, what are the positives, I guess those are some of the positives. But, man, I tell you what, together a month and she's burning down the house because somebody else answered his phone, another female, and ended up being a relative.
And like I said, I don't care if they get her 20 years. You don't do that.
Here we go. So I guess it didn't destroy everything, but it did cause about $50,000 worth of damages to the home, and that's according to the police. And so, man, this is just that is a crazy, crazy person. And God forbid, like the kid was home or whatever.
Reminds me of that.
How did she gain access into the house? I mean, broke in, I guess.
No, she probably has a key.
Yeah, you never know.
They're together for a while. She might have had a key. It would have said, I think, in the article, maybe she broke in. Yeah. She probably has a key to get in. That reminds me years ago with Ryzen. Atlanta Falcons wide receiver.
Oh, with Lisa Left Eye Lopez?
Yeah, she burned his mansion down in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I mean, that was bad. That's just crazy stuff.
Over a phone call, over a FaceTime, somebody else answering the FaceTime, and it just happened to be a female who was a cousin.
I don't care. I mean, to me, it's different. I guess I don't care if somebody, is cheating. You don't burn their house down.
Well, even if it was legit, if he was really, with somebody, you're absolutely right.
You slashed their tires.
You slashed their tires. Put bologna on their car.
That's something. Don't burn their house down.
That's Carrie Underwood.
Yes.
If you need some hints, she's got a song about
Sure
it.
does.
Yeah, you don't burn their house down. Come on, people. What the hell are we thinking out there? Oh, God. And you would pray, like you just said. But I wouldn't take it off the board. I put it on the board at
It looks like, I don't know if she realized what. I know, like, if she realized the severe damage it was going to be done.
Yeah.
Because in the photograph, you do see the couch, but it looks like she was, like, burned his clothes, too.
Yeah.
Like,
it's possible.
Yeah. There's
she
like
might have used them to start it.
To maybe, yeah.
But, I mean, somebody just answered her phone.
I know.
Definitely.
No, she definitely doesn't have.
Oh, yeah.
DraftKings will keep it up
Smarts.
there that they never know they could go back. Like Freddie said, some people like crazy.
You know what? Watch. We'll see like a header in a month or so from now saying that the two of them are back together.
Run,
Remember
brother.
that story?
Yeah, run.
Run.
For
Don't
your
come back for your life.
Run for the hills. You got a daughter. She don't need that in her life.
No, and it was your aunt who answered the phone. I don't care if it was somebody you were seeing.
That's
whatever.
one of those GoFundMe. I hope he gets more than $15,000. I do,
yeah.
especially if he has that much.
I'm
in
sure he
damages.
will.
Well, only 15 donated $15,000 to help with them. And this just happened. So it's not that long ago.
Yeah.
I mean, it already got 15, so.
She'll do some
hopefully
time.
more.
She definitely will.
Yeah.
It is the Penthouse, and it is a Wednesday. We have some Panther tickets coming at you right after Trifecta and WWGD. A lot more in the Penthouse. Remember, don't burn anybody's house down ever, no matter what. Be a good man or a good woman. Peace.
Introducing the latest way to hear the greatest station in the world. Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's going to be a warm one on our Wednesday. Temperatures in the mid-80s as we move through our afternoon, above average for this time of year. A few isolated showers, even a storm or two will be possible. This ahead of a front boundary that moves in overnight. We will see some clouds to start off Thursday, along with a few scattered showers. Temperatures fall near 80 degrees for tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson.
And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. In office, West Palm Beach.
At Healthy Cell, they believe in power of human potential. To reach your potential, you need to be healthy. That's why they developed an ultra-absorption dietetic supplements and a gel you swallow for a variety of health benefits like boosting brain power, supporting sleep, and boosting your immune system. Healthy Cell is perfect for people who struggle swallowing pills and for those who demand real results. Go to HealthyCell.com and use limited time code RADIO for 20% off your first order. Risk-free, love it, or your money back guaranteed. HealthyCell.com, code RADIO.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I'm still mad at timeshare companies. For over a decade, I've been fighting to clean up the timeshare industry by getting folks out of bad timeshares. But after all those battles, I'm still asked, how do they sell timeshares for $25,000 when they're available online for only $1? Here's how they do it. They lie. They tell you timeshare's a great investment. You can go anywhere, anytime, or your maintenance fees will never go up. Everything they do to get you to sign is part of a well-planned trap. If you've ever been held hostage at a timeshare presentation and bought, Wesley Financial Group is here to help. To date, we've canceled timeshares for over 16,000 families. I guarantee you this. If we take you as a client, we will cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare cancellation guide. 800-887-1010. That's 800-887-1010. 800-887-1010.
The Glass Chamber, your local smoke shop. Exotic sodas, Delta 8, Puffco, and the newest disposables. If you're not shopping at Glass Chamber, can you really consider yourself a smoker? With the latest and greatest in the industry, why wouldn't you? Now 7 convenient locations. Visit glasschamberfl.com for more.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
This is Ben Ferguson.
And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
'Tis the season. When you're in the mood for holiday music, listen live with the iHeartRadio app and on your radio to Cool 105.5, the Palm Beach's Christmas station. Sponsored by FAMU's Mary. Educate, learn, talk.
The Penthouse is brought to you by Joseph's Classic Market.
If you are ready to begin your journey to optimal health, wellness, and beauty, well, then you have to go see my friends over at Begin Anew Med Spa. Hey, this is Franny, and I initially started my journey at Begin Anew because I wasn't getting quality sleep and I was lacking energy throughout the day. Well, after extensive lab work, Sam, their wellness guru, found out my deficiencies and got me on supplements and peptides, and they really have turned my life around. Not only did Begin Anew get me feeling incredible on the inside, but they also got me feeling more confident on the outside. I've had Botox, the game-changing Morpheus 8 treatment, and I just started my laser hair removal sessions. In fact, this week I am going for round 2 of laser hair removal. They truly have everything all under one roof for the latest in wellness and aesthetic anti-aging solutions. So for this holiday season, take care of yourself by letting their highly skilled medical professionals take care of you. Check them out today at beginanewmed.com. That's beginanewmed.com.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Good morning. Watch for a broken down vehicle now on the Turnpike northbound at Lake Worth Road. It's blocking the left shoulder. You're also going to find some minor delays northbound on the Turnpike after you pass Okeechobee Boulevard. That's a look at your Palm Beach County traffic. I'm Doug Lindsay.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson.
And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts? If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Wednesday. I hope you guys are having a good day. November 30th, I believe, on the calendar. Before you know it, 2 days, it's going to be December, and then the guy in the red suit, the countdown begins. Jimmy, good morning.
And then the Super Bowl. Good morning. And just like that, another football season is done.
No, don't make it happen so quickly.
God, no. Franny's here.
Hey, what's up?
It's time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
Tuesday night at 7 o'clock this time of year. What happens? Trees get lit? Yeah, maybe. But the college football rankings come out. And no surprise, Georgia's number 1. They've been number 1 a long, long time. I don't think it's going to change. Michigan is number 2. TCU, if you don't know what TCU stands for, look it up. USC is 4. Ohio State, after getting spanked, are 5. And Alabama is 6. Alabama's still pushing to try to get into that possible playoff. We'll see what happens this weekend. Conference championships are all weekend long, and they start on Friday night with USC and Utah. Aaron Rodgers did say yesterday he will play Sunday against the Bears. He has a great record against the Bears lifetime. He has some banged up ribs, and he has a broken thumb. The thumb he's played with all year, but he says the ribs, he got some good news, so he's going to be in the lineup on Sunday. Our Miami Dolphins are traveling out west, and they got a very tough opponent, the San Francisco 49ers, and it could be a measuring stick for the Dolphins to see how they do against one of the best teams in the NFL. And then after that, they got the Chargers. Team USA did win yesterday in the World Cup. USA! 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 They beat Iran 1-0, so now they advance to the round of 16. Hats off to the U.S. team, all their coaches, all their players. Let's keep rooting them on. I do believe they play again on Sunday. So Team USA so far doing okay, and we're in the round of 16, so you never know what happens. The excitement will build with every win that they have. Could you imagine if they end up getting to the finals? Ooh, that'd be unbelievable. So hats off to all those guys who are busting their ass, doing what they have to do, coaches and staff, and wish them much success, and I hope they keep winning. And that is your trifecta. Peace. You guys got a chance to win Panther tickets at 11:45. If you want them, 877-927-6969.
Don't call now. Don't call now.
No.
Don't call now, please. Don't call now. That
You got
wasn't
6
the cue to
minutes.
call.
6 minutes.
Don't call now.
Don't call now.
877-927-6969 when we give you the cue to call.
Yeah, but don't call right now. But you know what you can get tickets for coming up soon, and I may go do this. I always say I'm going to do something. I feel like I am the only person in the world, maybe besides Greek, I don't know if you watched it yet, who has not watched Top Gun Maverick.
I haven't.
You haven't watched it yet either?
No.
So you can stream it.
Oh, you two can watch it together.
Oh, how cute. So you can stream it.
Not really. She'll tell me to be there at 8. She'll go to 10 o'clock show.
Nice thruster, G.
But yeah, you can stream it right now on your TV, and I just feel like you don't get the same effect as you would in the theater.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why I went to the theater.
And I know,
just for the sound.
And it's it was in the theater forever, so I have zero excuse for not to go. I just get my lazy ass to get up and go and watch it. But it looks like if you're like me and G and didn't not get to watch it in the theater, well, now you have your opportunity to, because the highest grossing movie of the year is going back into select theaters.
Again?
No kidding. I know.
Smart. Christmas time.
Yeah. So they're saying this Friday, December 2nd. It's going to be happening. They're going to be doing their regular theaters, IMAX theaters, and this is going to be for a 2-week run. And this is in the wake of Paramount Plus setting up a drop date for the movie, and that's why when my husband saw that with the Paramount Plus, he was like, "Oh, we'll just watch it there," and that's probably what's going to end up happening. But I do feel like it's going to be so much better in the theaters.
And Jimmy, you thought it was just as good as one, right?
Oh yeah, I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard
Well,
most people liked it a lot. There was only one person I met that was like, meh. Which was, I was shocked because I've heard so many great things about it.
I mean, I don't think that it was like the greatest movie of all time, right? And that's what a lot of people really feel. That was just my opinion. And it's like everything else. It varies from person to person. But I thought it was a good movie, and I would see it again. I recommend in the theater, or if you've got a good sound at home, right? Because I think you guys have a pretty good sound system. So to see it there, wouldn't be completely terrible. But like, I have an older television that, it wouldn't be nearly as good as in the theater. And that's precisely why I wanted to go to the theater. And it's very rare that we go to the theater to see a movie anymore.
It's been years.
And that's a great, usually based on something like that, It's one of the things about the Star Wars movies, because the sound effects are just a little bit better in the theaters. And we saw, that's why I like to see them as there as well. But it was good. It was just very, very similar to the first one. That's the thing. I mean, even there was an Easter egg they put in there, and somebody just revealed it not too long ago, that there was a certain motion and sound that was made during the football scene, which mimics the volleyball scene from the first one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And apparently there was a couple Easter eggs in there that are like that, where they were mimicking something that happened in the original. But so much of it was based on that, right?
Sure.
The same thing, the romance and the bar and everything.
Yeah.
And but doesn't mean that it wasn't good. I enjoyed it, and if you got another opportunity to go to the theater to see it, I'd highly recommend it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you think that if Tom Cruise didn't star in it, it would have affected it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if they did his character, the same character with a different actor, oh yeah, no doubt about it. I think having him, makes it. I can't imagine somebody else doing that. It's such an iconic character.
Yeah, no, people said he was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it got an A+ from Cinema Score. They said 97% critics score, 99% audience score from Rotten Tomatoes, which is very difficult to happen. So overall, it kicked ass, and we know how much money it brought in.
Oh, forget it.
Yeah, it's insane.
And he flew a lot of the planes, right, himself?
Yes.
Like when he was up there?
Yeah, only one of them, the actual 14. An actual 14, he doesn't have military clearance to get into that. I believe that's the one he can't.
Didn't a lot of I call them kids, but the younger guys in it, like Miles Teller and stuff, didn't they fly planes too?
I might have, yeah. It could have been real pilots, yes.
That's amazing. It really is. I mean, that you do that obviously as an actor, but you even have the license to fly the plane and everything. It's
an interest, like a lot of people. I
Sure.
mean, Harrison Ford, obviously, big time pilot. John Travolta, another one that's a big time pilot.
We used to drive by his property when my ex-in-laws, they lived in Ocala.
Okay.
And John Travolta had a massive place out there.
Hey,
and we
you
would
see
just
it?
drive by. Yeah, we would just drive by to see it. And you could see the runway and all this stuff. And
Wow.
Yeah, really, really cool. I don't know if he still has a place there, but this was years ago.
Not only does the dude have his own plane, he has his own airport.
Oh, yeah. He just flies right home.
Gets out, walks through the kitchen. Hi, guys.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I do know some people in Vero. I mean, but up there, they're just grass runways, but they're just a runway by a house.
Yeah.
And all the houses in the area have that similar. Everybody has one usually.
Yeah.
Small airplanes, obviously.
But
There's a
that's
place in
amazing.
Wellington, the Aero Club or Aero something in Wellington too, where a lot of they have their own little area where you can.
That's amazing, though. You get out
Land
of the
your
car.
plane.
Yeah, I'll be home in 15 minutes, hon.
Yeah.
I'll pick up some bread.
Running late. I'll run about 180 knots, and we'll get there sooner.
Yeah, I'll pick up some bread and pizza. I'll be home in 15 minutes. Yeah. Park the plane, get out, walk in. Hey, how you doing? How was your day, honey? It was good. How about you? Fine.
Bro, Franny was complaining about the commute earlier, so
Exactly.
that's how you do it,
Yeah.
right?
Get yourself a
screw the
private jet.
Jetsons, yeah. All right, let's get some tickets away, huh?
Sounds
Maybe
good.
you get a private jet to take you down to where the Panthers play there.
Yeah.
Maybe FLA
Do it.
Live Arena. We've got a 4-pack of tickets to the Florida Panthers taking on the Detroit Red Wings on Thursday, December 8th at FLA Live Arena. Give us a call right now, 877-927-6969. We're going to play a little game called He Said, She Said, and that's where I read you a quote, and you got to let us know whether Greek said this quote or Franny said it. And if you guess correctly, you're going to go to see the Panthers take on the Detroit Red Wings. By the way, this is a 4-pack of tickets, not a pair. So get yourself 3 friends to go down, or go by yourself and give them away. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want to do.
Whatever floats your
For
boat.
your tickets, if you win them, you do what you want with them.
Damn right.
Just don't sell them.
Give us a call right now, 877-927-6969.
Oh, that is unbelievable. College football continues this weekend with some conference championship games and the NFL. We'll be at Strike Cigar Lounge downtown Boca. Stop in and see us for Greek's Gridiron as the train continues on throughout December and January. And maybe you can beat me. 6 people in the drawing so far. And you get a chance to go to Vegas for 2 days, 2 nights. Have a great time at the VEASAN, brought to you by VEASAN Network at the Circa Casino and Hotel. And you also get a TV with that. An 8-inch TV, which sounds small, but in the right angle will be big. And also you get New York Prime gift card.
70. Oh, no. I was thinking 80-inch. We're doing a 70-inch, right? I was making the TV bigger. And at 62 inches. Speaking of football and college playoffs, I did see that the Rose Bowl was kind of holding off with the whole playoff thing. And I think they have till today at some point to decide whether or not they're going to be a part of it.
For next year.
Yeah, but they're
not next year, 2 years from now.
They could play host to future college football playoff games,
Yeah.
and I guess they
Are not sure.
They're not sure if they want to do it, but they're giving them an ultimatum of today.
Yeah, they want to know what's going on. This year, that's where the championship game is in 2023. But this is for 2024. Yeah, I'm surprised they don't want to be involved. There's got to be something behind the scenes that we're not aware of, obviously. And I'm sure it's a money thing with the Rose Bowl and the college football playoff. because next year that's when it changes, and there's going to be, I believe, 12 teams in there, which is going to be good because then nobody's going to dispute anything anymore.
Yeah.
You'll still have teams 13 and 14 bitching, but they won't have as big of a voice. But yeah, the Rose Bowl is beautiful. I went there years ago once. It was fantastic. Just breathtaking game. Breathtaking stadium. It really was. But I can't see them not being involved. But you never know. Money talks like everything else. And you might be going, you said possibly to the Peach Bowl, right?
If we play in the Peach Bowl, that's a plan.
That'd be cool. Georgia probably won't even have to leave until the finals. They're home this week, and then
they're in Atlanta.
Yeah, so that's home.
Not necessarily home.
Yeah, but I'm saying, it's same right there. And then if you play in the Peach Bowl, then you just have one game. Jimmy, are we ready?
We are ready, and we are starting our contest today with Mark. Mark, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going great, Mark. How long have you been listening to Real Radio?
Oh, about 10 years.
Oh, thank you very much for listening.
Nice. You Florida Panthers fan, Detroit Red Wings fan, or are you just a hockey fan in general?
I'm a Panthers fan.
All right, let's see if we can get this Panthers fan hooked up with a 4-pack of tickets to see them take on Detroit Thursday, December 8th at FLA Live Arena. We're going to play a little game called He Said, She Said. I'm going to read you a quote, Mark, and you got to let us know whether Greek said this or Franny said it. All right, buddy?
Yes, sir.
All right, here is your quote. I tried to get your ass. I tried to get your ass. Did Greek say that or did Franny say that?
What was the last word?
I tried to get your ass.
Ass.
Ass, like a donkey.
Okay. Oh, that's a tough one. I'm going to go with Franny.
Sorry, that was Greek that wants to get somebody's ass.
I tried to get your ass.
Yeah.
Can I hear that again?
It was funny. I love it.
Greek.
I tried to get your ass.
All right, Mark. Sorry about that, buddy. Better luck next time. We will have some more Panthers tickets, so don't fret. Next up, we have Troy on the line. Troy, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey, how you doing?
We're doing great, Troy. How are you, my friend?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Ready to go to Florida.
Oh, okay. How long you been listening to Real Radio?
10 years.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice. Couple 10 years here. We got a couple decaders. You big Panthers fan, bud?
Yeah. I don't watch hockey really, but I go to the game.
That's good.
It's a great place to go see a game. I tell you what, hockey is great in person. So we're going to play a little game called He Said, She Said, and I'm going to read you a quote here in a second, and you got to let us know whether Greek said it or Franny said it, all right?
Let's do it.
All right. Here is your quote. And I got down on every inch. And I got down on every inch. Did Greek say that or did Franny say that?
Franny.
Sorry, that's another one of Greek's. And this is what that sounded like.
And I got down on every inch.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, better up Skippy.
That's what we call a little ad-lib there, right, Franny?
Nice.
All right, sorry about that, Troy. Better luck next time. Next up, we have Anthony on the line. Anthony, welcome to the Penthouse.
How you guys doing today?
Doing great, Anthony. How are you?
Excellent.
Wow, excellent is good.
Guys.
How long you been listening to Real Radio?
About 20 years.
Wow.
Oh, all right.
So you must like us.
2 decades there. All right, buddy. You big Panthers fan?
Yes, I am.
All right, let's see if we can get you hooked up with a 4-pack of tickets to go see them take on Detroit Thursday, December 8th at FLA Live Arena. I'm going to read you a quote. You got to let us know whether Greek said it or Franny said it, okay?
You got it.
All right, here is your quote. So it was this big, massive one. Did Greek say that or did Franny say that?
I'm going to say Franny.
There you go.
Nice job.
That's right. And this is what that sounded like.
So it was this big, massive one.
Mm-hmm. It was.
And Greek took down every.
And I got down on every inch.
So it was this big, massive one.
When I get a job, I like to do it. I like to fulfill what I have to do. I want to get called back. Yeah.
Did you say a job?
Yes, I did.
Nice.
A request.
Anthony, great job, buddy. I'm going to put you on hold. If you can hang tight for a couple minutes, I'm going to get back with you on break, and we'll get you set up with those tickets. Okay, pal?
You
You guys made my day. Thank you. I'm going to tell all my students when I get in from lunch.
Awesome. Congrats.
Yeah, that's great. Happy holidays, Anthony.
Yes.
Nice. How about that?
That's nice to make somebody happy. And I got down on every inch. That was awesome.
Made somebody happy. Let's just keep on coming.
Anthony. We made Anthony happy.
Rather make
and the students.
Yes.
Rather make one person happy than disappoint 10. And I got down on every inch.
So it was this big, massive one.
I tried to get your ass. And around we go in the penthouse.
Oh boy. So Jimmy, you brought up that Jeep is doing this cool thing where you name their new Wagoneer and you get a $40,000 trip to Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Which is
ski
great.
trip for 4.
I
Yeah,
would
which
love
sounds
to do
awesome.
Right.
I bet you would if you look. I bet if you looked into Jackson Hole, you'd probably be like, "Wow, that place is gorgeous."
I'm sure it is.
Let's
I
see
bet
if
you would.
Jeep's advertising with us. Nope, we're good. Okay.
No, I would love to go to Jackson Hole.
So I'm gonna talk a little bit more about vehicles. So this is interesting. If you want a car that is going to make it over 250,000 miles, maybe you do, G, because you drive a lot. They say this is your best bet is a truck or an SUV. So a new study ranked the top 10 vehicles most likely to last that long, and only 2 of them are actually cars. So majority of them.
Trucks.
Our trucks are SUVs. The cars are a Prius, which I know you would never be caught in driving a Prius, or a Toyota Avalon. But yeah, so the rest is, so they looked at this, and 8 of the top 10 were SUVs, including so Toyota, man, they crushed it with this one. It was number 1 on there, the Toyota Sequoia. Before any of you Toyota owners get too excited, your chances of hitting 250,000 miles in any car aren't great. Even the top 10, only about 1% lasts that long. But here are the 10 trucks and SUVs most likely to last 250,000 miles, according to this study. So you have the Toyota Sequoia at number 1. They say make it at least 297,000 miles.
Wow.
Right?
That's huge.
A Land Cruiser, Toyota, 280. A Chevy Suburban, 266,000 miles. A Toyota Tundra, 256. A GMC Yukon, 252,000 miles. That Prius, by the way, they only say 1% of them, 250,000 miles. A Chevy Tahoe, see a lot of those on the road, 250,000 miles. One I'm not familiar with, the Honda Ridgeline. Is that an SUV or is that a truck?
Honda
Ridgeline?
I think it's their pickup truck, right?
Are they? Okay, I'm not familiar with that.
I'd have to look it up to be 100% sure, but I think it's their pickup truck.
Yeah, 249,000 miles at Toyota Avalon 246 and a Toyota Highlander Hybrid at 245,000 miles.
Yeah, it's their pickup truck.
Okay, is it? Yeah. So if you're looking for a car that will last you a long time, then those are the top 10 that they had on this IC Cars list of it.
Yeah,
that's a great run.
That's been going on for quite some time. My brother has a Saturn, but it has a Honda engine in it. One of the years that they put this Honda engine in it, and he's 400,000 miles going.
Wow. What?
Yeah. I mean,
Holy
there's a
That's
lot.
amazing.
Engine wise, the thing's running great.
400,000.
It's great, but it's the other stuff. It's the clunking and the front end clunking around and stuff like that. But it keeps on going. And again, another person that drives quite a while. He's got a 45-minute commute every day.
Toyota and Lexus, same, right? Are they the same? Am I
Toyota?
right?
No, Lexus. No? Lexus is Lexus, I believe.
Well, I thought they were the same maker.
Did Toyota buy them?
I don't know.
It's possible.
I'm not sure.
I thought
Today's
they
day
were.
and age where corporations buy them each other and everything.
I don't know. Somebody let me know if I'm, because that is something I thought that I was told that they are under the same corporation, the same
It could be.
manufacturer.
It could be now.
If you look at some of their cars, some of them look very similar.
Yeah. I don't know, though. I never heard that.
All right. Well,
if you know, let us know.
Yeah.
Jimmy at realradio921.com. I don't want to look it up.
Okay, nobody look it up. We're not Googling it.
We're not looking it up
today. Putting it out there. But my Lexus, what I'm saying, I was probably over 200,000 miles on it, and that thing was a tank. I mean, I was very, very happy with that car. I ran for a very long time.
200,000 is a ton.
Yeah.
I mean, this car now I have is the most ever when I have had a car as far as miles on a car.
Mm-hmm.
And I cross my fingers every day. Because I think anything could happen, which you don't know. I mean, with any car. But 200,000 miles or 400,000, your brother? I mean, that's unheard of.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
He just got because every time it happens, he goes over and he gets a quote-unquote 100,000 mile maintenance done to it, where it's like the timing belt and there's a whole bunch of things. And he goes, "There's no reason for me to buy a new vehicle. This it's still running.
That
and
is
it's
insane,
fine,
though. I don't know if I've ever heard of anybody having that many miles on a car. Wow.
That's fantastic. I mean, it's it has no bells or whistles because it's like early 2000s. The year of it. I don't know exactly what year it is. But
you know when my car stopped working? When I paid it off.
Typically.
Yep. That's when I was like, I'm giving up on you.
That's usually what happens.
Get another car payment, girl.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. We still got some WWGD. We're going to come back with some fun facts and so much more in the Penthouse on a Wednesday. We'll be back. Peace.
Proving that some of us have a face for radio.
You sick sons of...
Go to RealRadio921/watch so you can watch us make radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's going to be a warm one on our Wednesday. Temperatures in the mid-80s as we move through our afternoon, above average for this time of year. A few isolated showers, even a storm or two will be possible. This ahead of a front boundary that moves in overnight. We will see some clouds to start off Thursday, along with a few scattered showers. Temperatures fall near 80 degrees for tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson.
And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Ernest S. Orphanis, DDS, the man who can give you that $1 million smile.
Hey, it's the Greek for Strike Cigar Lounge, home of Greek Cigar 2022. Upscale cigar lounge, downtown Boca Raton. A humidor with over 500 cigars to choose from. Stop into the lounge or the patio to enjoy a perfect atmosphere with friends. Handmade cocktails, premier liquors, great place to enjoy friends or any sporting event. It's Greek Cigar 2022, and Strike Cigar Lounge is the home. Puff, puff, baby. Strike Cigar Lounge. Get there today. Peace.
Smell that wonderful smell? Open the box to find a treat no child or adult can resist. It's cupcakes from Small Cakes of Royal Palm Beach. Located next to Target on Okeechobee Boulevard, we start baking before you get out of bed. Our frosting and decorating while you're getting ready and sliding them into the case just as you pull up. Be it a special occasion or just a special person, Small Cakes bakes over 18 different flavors every day for all to enjoy. We'll be waiting for you with ice cream on the side and a cherry on top.
Missed Black Friday? Dell's Cyber Monday event starts now with deals on powerful business tech. The savings start now with up to 50% off on select business PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget special pricing on the latest monitors, docks, and accessories, plus free shipping on everything and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL for Cyber Monday deals. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Lisa Booth here for Bishop Gold Group. So just when you think the stock market's recovering and everything's going back to normal, well, here comes another downturn. So what are you going to do? The answer is gold. The company that I trust is Bishop Gold Group. They can advise you on investing in gold and gold IRAs. So act now and get up to $5,000 in free silver with a qualified purchase. Call Bishop Gold Group on your phone, dial pound 250, keyword Bishop Gold. That's pound 250, Bishop Gold, or go to bishopgoldgroup.com.
If you run a small business, you need the most from every investment. That's why Comcast Business gives you more. Like more innovation with our new gig speed Wi-Fi, plus unlimited data. More speed from the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses. And more savings, up to 60% a year with Comcast Business Mobile. All from the company that powers more businesses than any other provider. When you need more, you need Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with internet and advanced security for just $40 per month for 12 months with no annual contract when you add mobile. Plus, ask how to get a $750 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Ends 1/1/2023. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary. Compare pricing of top carriers. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Comcast Business Internet required. New Comcast Business 100 megabits per second internet and security edge customers only. Equipment taxes and other fees extra and subject to change. Must add mobile within 90 days of internet install and keep services for 12 months for discount. Results vary. Not an endorsement.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Attention! If you have a current insurance plan, you are eligible to receive up to 8 COVID-19 tests shipped to your home or business each month, absolutely free. Per the current government mandate, U.S.-based insurers are now required to cover at-home COVID testing kits every month with no out-of-pocket fees to you. Just visit getyourfreetest.com to begin the registration process. When completed, Tiaro Health, a trusted source for next-generation healthcare, will submit a claim to your insurance provider. Your 8 monthly tests will ship directly to your home or business for free. Go to getyourfreetest.com. There's no deductible and no copay. COVID-19 and its variants are still here, so give yourself peace of mind by registering you and your family for free time-sensitive tests today. Visit getyourfreetest.com to register from the comfort of your own home. That's getyourfreetest.com to receive 8 COVID-19 tests shipped to you at no cost. Just visit getyourfreetest.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and
And I got down on every inch.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Wednesday. Lighting the tree tonight at Rockefeller Center at 8 o'clock. That'll be on. Last night they lit the tree in Delray. So you'll be seeing lightings going on, I'm sure, all this week and next week to officially kick off the holiday season. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
Good afternoon, Miss Francis.
Hello, good afternoon.
And it's time now for some facts of fun.
All right, so you did mention the Rockefeller Center tree, so I have some facts. Woo! Some of you may have heard this morning, and I have a little extra. So, of course, everything in New York City is supersized. The Christmas tree is no exception. This Norway spruce comes at a height of 82 feet. In fact, they were saying it was between 85 and 90 years old. The reason why they wanted something to be 90 years old is because this is the 90th year of doing it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's what they
cool.
said. Uh-huh.
Makes sense.
Yep, the tree weighs 14 tons. There's 50,000 LED bulbs that are on it, almost 10,000 kilometers of cable. And like you think the lights are a lot. That tree topper, which I mentioned before, that's made out of 3 million real Swarovski crystals, weighs 900 pounds and costs about $1.5 million. The first tree lighting ceremony.
Damn.
I know.
That's a tree holder.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's like the weakest part of the tree, and that holds that much weight.
Isn't that crazy? Like you would think it would just topple
Yeah,
over.
be hanging over like a Charlie Brown tree.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy. So every year the tree is donated and comes from a different town.
Yes.
Sometimes hundreds of miles away from Rockefeller Plaza. Oftentimes, however, it comes from New York or Pennsylvania. In 2022, this tree comes from Queensbury, New York. On average, the Christmas tree gets 500,000 visitors a day.
500,000 a day?
A day.
Oh, that's a lot.
They say
I didn't think it was that much.
That comes to a total of 18 million Christmas visitors during its time as the centerpiece of Rockefeller Plaza.
No, it's that time of year, yeah, and there's all kinds of foot traffic around.
And the lights are on, I believe, until 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah, and then they turn them on every morning.
Yeah, 6 or something like that.
The tree.
Save energy.
There you go.
6 hours.
Turn them off at night.
If I ran Rockefeller
You don't want to
Center,
wake people up with the lights shining in their house,
exactly,
their apartments. The tree consumes
I leave them up.
an incredible 1,297 kilowatt hours per day. They said this comes in large part from solar cells installed at Rockefeller Center. They're like, good thing, because they don't think anyone really wants to pay that power bill, which is probably insane. And once the lights are turned off in January, they typically stay until mid-January. The wood of the tree is donated to charity. Said for many years it was mulched and then spread throughout New York's parks, but then doors and door frames were made from the wood and donated to those in need. Sometimes the tree was also turned into paper. So there you go. So at least they do something with that tree that helps out.
Yeah.
And those are some of your fun facts.
Very cool. Again, if you get to ever see it, might be on a bucket list to go up there and see it around the holidays. It's fun. It's exciting. Makes you really feel like Christmas. Plus all the windows and all different things like that. You need money, though, obviously. Kim K is going to be okay. She's getting $200,000 a month alimony. Not child support.
Yeah.
For the kids.
The divorce finally got finalized.
From Kanye and her. So $200,000 is not bad. I think they had 4 kids. I think. I'm not 100%.
Think you can raise a kid on that, huh? $200 a month?
Well, $50,000 a kid. There's 4 kids.
Yeah.
They break it down.
You really got to stretch it there.
I know, right?
Yeah, we're having meatloaf tonight, kids.
Yeah, that's it. I know we had it last night, Mom. I only get $50,000 each for you. Stop. Stop being like
He's
that.
also responsible for half the children's medical, educational, and security expenses. But they did waive spousal support. I don't think it's necessary. Like, she a billionaire.
She's doing pretty good.
It would go the other way, right?
Right?
It might.
She's
That's what I was
probably
gonna
worth more
say.
than he is.
Yeah.
Oh, you never know.
At this point,
Especially
after everybody's
now.
dropped him.
You never know down the road if he has hard times. He might take her back to court and try to get support. It could happen. I've seen many divorces over the years. People take people back to court when things change in their life. But yeah, she's getting $200,000. So Kim K should be fine. If you were worried about her, if you're not, don't
A lot of
worry
people are
about
like, "Oh my God, I hope she'll be okay."
Hope she'll make it. Are the kids going to get presents this holiday season? What's going to happen? 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. If you have everything about the Rockefeller Center tree, maybe you went up there one time, have a great memory, you want to let us know. Or maybe you went to the Del Rey or the Boca lighting of the Christmas trees. Let us know about that. And does it feel like Christmas or the holidays right now? Some people say yes. As soon as Thanksgiving goes, it makes it feel like it. All the stuff in the stores has been out for a while.
Do you have your decorations up yet, Franny?
We have some of them up. So
Some?
we did some outdoor, some indoor. We
Okay.
just put the tree up yesterday. We have not done ornaments yet because I think we're switching it up this year for the style of ornaments.
Oh, okay.
So we got to do some shopping. But our wreaths are up. So majority. I would say we're 80% there.
All like little marijuana leaves and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
marijuana, beer bottles,
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, okay.
you know,
Alcohol.
yeah, meth,
Okay,
all the things.
Trying to think with theme,
It's a white Christmas, cocaine. All
wow. All right. I wasn't going there.
I am making it. I kid people. I don't do that stuff. Marijuana, yes.
Medically only.
Yes. I do. I want to go with because we used to have a very rustic theme, but our old house was very rustic. Now our house is coastal decor or whatever.
Okay.
So I kind of want to go that route. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
All right.
We'll
It
see.
always looks nice.
But yeah, almost there.
Yeah, you do a great job.
How about you, Greek? Do you do anything at all?
Nope.
I know you're kind of in an apartment. It's a little
Yeah.
tough. You can't do outdoor lights and things. But
Charlie
tree,
Brown?
anything?
Charlie Brown Christmas tree?
Maybe a poinsettia. I mean, I have all the stuff still in the garage from the house and all that.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna, maybe a poinsettia.
Okay.
You are the poinsettia king, okay? So what do you think, or poinsettia? The poinsettia is, however you say it. Because we want to buy some for outside. And do you recommend the Home Depot or do you recommend Costco? Because I know you're one that buys them all out.
Costco has the big ones.
Okay.
I know Home Depot has a great price on some of the ones now.
All right.
I guess I would go to Costco.
Okay.
Yeah. They really have beautiful ones.
They're
I mean,
like $20, right?
yeah, and they're big.
I just know that you go to both places. So I was wanting to know where I would get the better deal.
And Friday, you're going to help me with strikes. We're going to be, you and I are going to deliver some poinsettias to strikes. So
Okay.
you'll be helping me deliver them to Ronnie and his lovely wife for being such great hosts to us. Jimmy, do we have time to take somebody on call?
No, actually, let's take a break and then we'll come back and we'll talk to our buddy Vaughn.
Oh, great. I haven't talked to Vaughn in a while. I miss him. I was wondering what he was doing. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
There you were.
Real radio is the news junkie.
Now, your tramp stamp, was that a flash?
It's not a tramp stamp. It is a tribal back tattoo.
Where is it?
It's a lower tribal back tattoo.
Is that where the tribe had requested you put?
Yeah.
The news junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
'Tis the season. When you're in the mood for holiday music, listen live with the iHeartRadio app and on your radio to Cool 105.5, the Palm Beach's Christmas station. Sponsored by FAMU's Mary. Educate, learn, talk.
From the Gordon Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's going to be a warm one on our Wednesday. Temperatures in the mid-80s as we move through our afternoon, above average for this time of year. A few isolated showers, even a storm or two will be possible. This ahead of a front boundary that moves in overnight. We will see some clouds to start off Thursday, along with a few scattered showers. Temperatures fall near 80 degrees for tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Make better hiring your first New Year's resolution. Indeed's all-in-one hiring platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates from start to finish. And Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Every week, hundreds of thousands of fans download the popular Stuff They Don't Want You to Know podcast to get to the bottom of popular culture's biggest myths. And now, the Stuff They Don't Want You to Know book separates conspiracy fact from conspiracy theory, from biological testing to our endless fascination with the Kennedy assassination. This holiday season, give the gift that explains the unexplainable. The Stuff They Don't Want You to Know book. Available now. Order at StuffYouShouldReadBooks.com or wherever you buy your books.
Hey, it's Greek for Strike Cigar Lounge, home of Greek Cigar 2022. Upscale cigar lounge, downtown Boca Raton. A humidor with over 500 cigars to choose from. Stop into the lounge or the patio to enjoy a perfect atmosphere with friends. Handmade cocktails, premier liquors, great place to enjoy friends or any sporting event. It's Greek Cigar 2022, and Strike Cigar Lounge is the home. Puff, puff, baby. Strike Cigar Lounge. Get there today. Peace.
Why do you buckle up when you get in your truck? Maybe you do it to get home safely to your loved ones, or because you take your job as a professional driver seriously, or because you want to follow the law to stay safe. Remember, it doesn't matter how long you've been driving, or even if it's a quick trip. Wear your seatbelt to stay safe on the road. Learn more at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov. That's www.sharetheroadsafely.gov. And remember to buckle up when you get behind the wheel. Paid for by FMCSA.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
SimpliSafe was named the best home security of 2022 by U.S. News & World Report. But we don't do what we do for the accolades. We do it to protect you and everything you love. Our advanced sensors and HD cameras are powered by 24/7 professional monitoring for fast emergency dispatch. Visit SimpliSafe.com/holiday to get 40% off any new system today. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Lisa Booth here for Bishop Gold Group. So just when you think the stock market's recovering and everything's going back to normal, well, here comes another downturn. So what are you going to do? The answer is gold. The company that I trust is Bishop Gold Group. They can advise you on investing in gold and gold IRAs. So act now and get up to $5,000 in free silver with a qualified purchase. Call Bishop Gold Group on your phone, dial pound 250, keyword Bishop Gold. That's pound 250, Bishop Gold, or go to bishopgoldgroup.com.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes.
I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
Hey, it's the Greek. Your smile is the first thing people see, and I have the guy who can give you that $1 million smile.
Thanks, Greek. I'm Dr. Ernest Orfanos, a board-certified periodontist, and I can give you that perfect smile. My staff and I will make you feel comfortable and relaxed during your procedure. We do what's called Teeth in the Day, where you get implants and teeth that very same day, all phases of dental implants. And as a multi-specialty office, we are capable of meeting and exceeding all of your needs. Please call our office at 561-477-7171.
At Rack Electric, our slogan is, we've got the power. And we really do. Volume buying power allows us to stock hundreds of Generac whole house generators and pass the savings on to you. It's going to be a very active hurricane season, so get the power at rackelectric.com.
The station you love? It's on the free iHeartRadio app. The artists you love? They're on the free iHeartRadio app too. The podcasts everyone's talking about? You guessed it, they're all here. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Ernest S. Orfanos, DDS, the man who can give you that $1 million smile.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Good morning. We are accident-free throughout Palm Beach County at the moment, but northbound on the Turnpike, watch for a broken-down vehicle blocking the right shoulder after Okeechobee Boulevard. And on Okeechobee Boulevard eastbound at Flagler Drive, roadwork has the left lane blocked. That's a look at traffic. I'm Doug Lindsay.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
Dell's Cyber Monday sale starts now with up to $500 off on select XPS and Alienware PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors, plus savings on essential accessories and free shipping. Call 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Newt Gingrich here, and I'd like to invite you to listen to my podcast, Newt's World. Most people know me as the former Speaker of the House, but I'm also a historian with a wide range of interests. I enjoy talking with experts in their field and the most interesting people across a variety of subjects. I release 4 episodes of Newt's World every week with an effort to excite the imagination of our audience, and hopefully you'll learn something new each time you listen. Listen and subscribe for free to Newt's World on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
I am so excited because we got one of my favorite people in the whole world on hold. We're going to get to him momentarily. Good afternoon, Jimmy.
Hello, and good morning. You're on hold?
Good afternoon,
I didn't know
Franny.
how you were doing that. That was pretty interesting.
He called it on his cell phone. He called the hotline.
Okay.
This gentleman is a great person, big fan for years, and just a guy who always puts a smile on my face. Who do we have, Jimmy?
Vaughn,
welcome. What's his name?
Welcome to the Penthouse.
At first, I thought he was talking about Anthony when he was talking about somebody that he really likes and his favorite fan or whatever he was saying.
Vaughn, you put a smile on my face. A lot of you guys who call up and ladies who call up, you're part of the show, and you know what?
Greek, baby, it's me, Barbara.
Not Barbara. Not Barbara. But you are part of the fabric of this element of Real Radio. So thank you so much for everything you've done and being a fan over the years. I can't thank you enough.
What's a fabric?
I don't know what a fabric is.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll look it up, Randy.
I don't want to.
You know, like the fabric of the towel. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know what fabric is.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, the ingredient. It's part of it. Anyway, Vaughn, how the hell are you? I miss you so much.
What's going on, Vaughn?
How was your Thanksgiving?
It was actually it wasn't bad. I didn't eat a lot. I had I actually just rest. Like I took some relaxation. I didn't really do much. I had like 3 joints for the day, and I was like, F it, I'm just going to take myself and just relax for the day. Went to my brother-in-law's, and that was about it. But other than that, everything else has been good. Weight loss is slow and steady.
All right, good. But you're still going in the right direction, right?
Last time I checked out I haven't weighed myself in like 2-3 weeks, so but I'll check again. I'll give you a better update.
Well, yeah, sometimes it's not how much you weigh, Vaughn. Sometimes it's how you feel, how your clothes feels, how you feel.
Yeah, a lot of my clothes are falling off of me. My trainer says I look different. I mean, I do feel like I have more energy.
Good.
So as far as like in pound-wise, I'm guessing that the fat is turning into muscle. So
Yeah, that's why you can't always trust the scale.
make it up in others. Yeah, so it's all good. Your first thing you mentioned were you guys were talking about old, like not old, but vehicles that have high mileage and still running.
Mm-hmm.
I have a 99 F350 7.3 turbo diesel. It's now, after our trip back to North Carolina, that has 361,000.
Wow.
You said diesel, though, right? Diesels will last a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
My 2010 Kia Optima had, well, before I gave it to my son, it had 109,000. And I did the simple maintenance on that stuff, too. Still look pretty good. It's probably like the nicks, like the scratches that were on the bumper, but other than that, it ran. It did great. As long as you take care of the car, you keep up with the regular maintenance stuff, you should be able to get full life out of all your cars.
That's great news.
New or old. The other thing, Brandy, I don't know how serious you were about looking for dolphin gear, because the last time I heard you were an Atlanta fan. So.
Well, yeah, and that's why I just wanted a hat. I wasn't going to get too serious. I do root for the Dolphins if I'm not rooting for the Falcons. I like them. But I was going to a Dolphin watch party at a Dolphin bar, and so I just wanted a piece of something. And I ended up borrowing something from a friend, so.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, if you needed to buy Foot Locker in Boca Mall, I was just in there yesterday. They had like 2 different style snapback hats for the Dolphins, and you can always go on like Fanatics and see what they have there as well.
Well, thank you for letting me know. There's a Lids in the outlet mall, I think, right?
I'm not sure.
I believe that.
I think it was just surprising that you go to any mall here in South Florida and there's
no
you
Dolphin
couldn't
stuff.
find anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe they were sold out. Who knows?
Could be.
Yeah. Vaughn, what's on your Christmas list?
What's on my Christmas list this year is a new radio system for my truck, some new work pants, socks and underwear, and new work shoes.
You got him, G-Man?
Yeah, I got the underwear
You
covered.
got him? You got it? You got his Christmas list covered?
Extra large, right, Vaughn? In the front.
Yeah, and in the front. I got a new tattoo. That was my biggest, like my own.
Oh, nice.
So
nice.
What'd you get?
I didn't. My guy came up with a new, like a hybrid system, not system, but a hybrid tattoo with Yoda and a Run DMC, so crossover. So we call it a Dope Yoda.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
I want to see that. That sounds really interesting. That's my husband and I are doing that this year too. Where instead of getting gifts, we're gonna give ourselves tattoos.
That's
Not like
so
he's
dope.
not gonna give me one, but you know what I mean. We're gonna
Stop moving, Franny.
Yeah, yes, he is. Actually, he is. Yeah,
We're
he's
gonna go
give you
get
one.
The other gift was I got my medical license. I don't know if I told you that, but I'm legit.
You're a doctor now?
No.
His medical license, he's a doctor.
Wow. Where you putting up your shingle?
I don't know why. I
Bend
always,
over, Creek.
I always thought you
Your
were.
exam.
Not the first time I
I
heard
always
that.
thought you had your medical card for some reason. I guess I just assumed that.
No, I avoided it for so long. I danced around it because of the politics around it.
Yeah.
And after being in from the last 2 years with towing, and the cops that I've come across, the dispensary workers, they all gave gave the same answer. You can have both licenses. You just can't like walk around carrying a dispensary and an armory on you at all times. Just don't be stupid. So, I don't do that. I keep one piece, and my stuff, anything I carry is if I can toss it. But I got that, and it was also like just something to have to keep my wife off my ass and keep her from having anxiety attacks, making sure I don't get myself in trouble. So.
Yeah, we don't want that, Vaughn. We don't want you to get in trouble. So just be careful out there.
Yeah. I like what I do. I like causing trouble and giving headaches, but I have fun doing it.
All right, as long as you don't, cause any big trouble.
Can't make any promises on that, but I do my best.
All right. Well, we appreciate you calling. We did miss you, and the other day I said to Jimmy, I haven't heard from Vaughn in a while. I wonder how he is. And next thing you know, you call. Unbelievable. Remember that, Jim?
No, actually, I don't. That's actually never came out of your mouth. But we'll roll with that.
Bye, Vaughn.
We love you, Vaughn. Smoke up, my brother.
Good to hear from you, pal.
Yeah, he's a good man. It is the Penthouse on a Wednesday. We're going to come back with a trifecta, and Franny's got a bunch of text messages we're going to get to, and so much more in the Penthouse on a Wednesday. We'll be right back. Benihana.
We're everywhere you need to be. I've been everywhere, man. Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio.
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Blindster.com.
Heat forward Jimmy Butler will miss tonight's game in Boston with a knee injury. That makes the 7th straight contest he's missed. He's expected to play Friday night, though. The NFL's flexing the Week 14 matchup between the Dolphins and Chargers to Sunday Night Football, replacing the originally scheduled Chiefs-Broncos game. And every Major League Baseball team will make $30 million after Disney finished their purchase of streaming software developer BAM Technologies. I'm Scott Davidson.
Want to save 50% on new blinds? Blindster offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped to you at prices less than big box retailers. And right now, save 50% off any order during Blindster's Cyber Monday sale. Hurry, sale ends December 1st. Blindster.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's going to be a warm one on our Wednesday. Temperatures in the mid-80s as we move through our afternoon, above average for this time of year. A few isolated showers, even a storm or two will be possible. This ahead of a front boundary that moves in overnight. We will see some clouds to start off Thursday, along with a few scattered showers. Temperatures fall near 80 degrees for tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber, HOA and condo board members. Make your job easier and bring the fastest, most reliable fiber internet and TV service to your residential community with Blue Stream Fiber, because no one complains about great internet and TV. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/Volt today.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
Well, President Trump has announced. And now, Ron DeSantis is rising fast in the polls. Newsmax is conducting an urgent poll. Do you want Donald Trump or Ron DeSantis as your candidate in 2024? It's a big question. Newsmax wants to know your opinion. Vote in the Newsmax poll on Trump versus DeSantis. Just text the word BIRD to 39747. That's BIRD to 39747. It takes just seconds. Let your voice be heard. And tune into Newsmax for news you can trust. They're even beating CNN in key ratings. So make the switch to Newsmax and vote in Newsmax's poll on Trump versus DeSantis. Text BIRD to 39747. That's BIRD to 39747. Make the switch to Newsmax today.
Attention business owners. Imagine getting up to $26,000 per employee sent to you directly by the U.S. government. All businesses during COVID could be eligible for a payroll tax refund of up to $26K per employee through a CARES Act program. The fact is, all types of businesses, profit or nonprofit, are eligible. There is absolutely no cost to check your eligibility today. ERTC.com is the nation's leading company specializing in employee retention tax credits. Here is a real testimonial from an ERTC client.
We've got some good news. You're going to get $488,000 as a tax refund, which is not a loan, and you can use that in whatever way you'd like to.
Visit ERTC.com today, and in less than 5 minutes, our proprietary rebate calculator will show you how much money you could receive. Act now before the program closes or funds run out. Visit ERTC.com today. That's ERTC.com.
Missed Black Friday? Dell's Cyber Monday event starts now with deals on powerful business tech. The savings start now with up to 50% off on select business PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget special pricing on the latest monitors, docks, and accessories, plus free shipping on everything and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL for Cyber Monday deals. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Is your prostate secretly being destroyed without you knowing it? All the ads for these prostate pills, like Super Beta Prostate, Saw Palmetto, ProstaStream, Prostagenics, and others, want to know which pills work and which are garbage? Now you can. Get a free copy of the new guide, Prostate Secrets, that pulls back the curtain on the prostate pill industry. Learn what is really in these pills. Which pill has over 987 adverse event reports filed against it with the FDA? It's shocking. Learn the one food to avoid that is a prostate killer, and discover the 3 so-called health foods that destroy your prostate. Get your free copy at prostatesecrets.com. That's prostatesecrets.com. This free guide will show you how to end your prostate problems without drugs or surgery, 5 important things to do to protect your prostate, and much more. Warning, this guide is controversial and may be offensive to some readers as it pulls no punches. So go to prostatesecrets.com. Prostatesecrets.com. That's prostatesecrets.com.
So the used car gold rush is coming to a close, and some of my competitors are already choking and trying to go broke. They grew too fast and they were on fake money. Watch out for bad checks. It's coming. GiveMeTheVin.com, solid as a rock, money's good, did $2 billion in sales in 12 months. Why? Because we do what we say we're going to do when we say we're going to do it, and we make it easy for you at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey, it's Greek for Strike Cigar Lounge, home of Greek Cigar 2022. Upscale cigar lounge, downtown Boca Raton. A humidor with over 500 cigars to choose from. Stop into the lounge or the patio to enjoy a perfect atmosphere with friends. Handmade cocktails, premier liquors, great place to enjoy friends or any sporting event. It's Greek Cigar 2022, and Strike Cigar Lounge is the home. Puff, puff, baby. Strike Cigar Lounge. Get there today. Peace.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
From the Racetrack Traffic Center.
Good morning. We are accident-free throughout Palm Beach County at the moment, but northbound on the Turnpike, watch for a broken-down vehicle blocking the right shoulder after Okeechobee Boulevard. And on Okeechobee Boulevard eastbound at Flagler Drive, roadwork has the left lane blocked. That's a look at traffic. I'm Doug Lindsay.
This report is sponsored by Brightline Trains. While gas prices continue to be expensive, the cost of taking a Brightline
To the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Wednesday afternoon. WWGD, that's where I enter in some people's lives and I make them even worse. And that's at 1:35.
Not the only place.
Very proud of that. Good afternoon, Jimmy.
Hello and good afternoon.
Benny Hanna, and I raise you one.
Of course.
And of course, we got this girl. She is the best in the world. Hello, Francis.
Hello. And if you want him to ruin your life, you can always submit your emails to Jimmy@realradio921.com, and we'll read them on a Wednesday after the final trifecta.
Yeah, I will help. That's all.
Yeah.
I'll help ruin them. Because then if you get my advice, you'll be like, I'm going the other way, and maybe you'll solve it. We're going to go a little trifecta news.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
All right, lately, this has come up a lot. Charles Barkley and Michael Jordan were best of friends when they were playing together in the NBA. Phoenix and Chicago, played golf all the time, loved to go to casinos, but they had a falling out. Charles Barkley did criticize Michael Jordan as an owner, and Jordan didn't like it, and they haven't talked in 10 years. But lately, Barkley has said on a lot of interviews what happened. It says he would love to bury the hatchet. So maybe they will. Maybe this is the first step of two superstars getting together and saying, you know what, sorry about it. 10 years is a long time to be mad at anybody. Barkley did say they're both stubborn, and that doesn't help the situation. But sometimes you got to reach out with that olive branch and say, hey, man, I'm sorry. And maybe they can be friends again. Team USA did win yesterday. Big win in the World Cup. They beat Iran 1-0. So now they do advance to the round of 16. So hopefully they can keep winning. Great job by the team and the coaches and the staff. So we're going to keep rooting them on. I do believe they play Saturday is their next game. I could be mistaken, and if I am, that's why you guys get involved. You can call up and say, Greek, you're wrong. It's Sunday, but I think it's Saturday. And college football had their rankings on Tuesday nights. That's what they do now this time of year. Georgia's 1, Michigan's 2, TCU is 3, and USC is 4. Bringing up the rears are Ohio State and Alabama at 5 and 6. Now, Georgia, Michigan, TCU, and USC all have this weekend their conference championships. So you never know. Things could change. I doubt Georgia, Michigan loses. TCU and USC both have tough opponents. We'll see what happens. But Alabama is there at number 6. And Aaron Rodgers got some good news yesterday from his doctors, so he will be playing Sunday as the Packers take on the Bears. And he has a great record against the Bears in his career. He had some big problems with his ribs, and he has a broken thumb, but they gave him the okay, and Rodgers will be playing. And also, Tom Brady said on his podcast he's on borrowed time. So now the indications are maybe Brady does retire from football. Would be ironic because if that was one of the reasons why he really got divorced, now he's going to retire. It doesn't make sense. You would think he'd keep playing, but it also may have to do with Tampa not having a good season. And that is your trifecta in the 12 o'clock hour.
It looks like USA is playing the Netherlands at 10 a.m. on Saturday, December 3rd, according to the FIFA World Cup schedule here that I see. So that looks like the next time that they are scheduled to play.
All right, great guess, Greek. Fran, you got something on the text line?
Yeah, I got a few things. I apologize for ignoring this for a bit, but it's from wrong dates to Maverick to the Lexus talk, Toyota Lexus we were talking about. So thank you so much, people, for texting in at 47142. Start off with Real Radio. I guess G-Man, you said November 30th. You said today's November 30th, 2 more days till December. And they're like, oh my God, when did November have 31 days? And it's not. Tomorrow's the 1st.
Oh, I didn't know that. Good.
So good guess, Greek.
Yeah. You see that song, right? 30 days have September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31. Except February.
I really didn't think November had 31 days.
Yeah, 30 days.
That's amazing.
Tomorrow's the first day of December.
Okay, cool.
It's amazing. It's ironic.
It is amazing. Isn't it amazing how it works like that?
It's the fabric of the year.
Don't Benny his Hana.
I won't Benny or Hana. So, and then we had somebody, we were talking about private jets and how nice it would be just to fly home.
Yeah.
And I guess one of our listeners did catering for private jets. And they were like, you would not believe how much the elite spend on food and alcohol for their flights. And I can only imagine.
I told you a story about a gentleman that I knew at the cigar bar, and he did the same thing. And he said the number one thing they wanted, I don't know if you remember this, was Chick-fil-A. That's what they all requested.
Really?
They had all different things they wanted, but Chick-fil-A was like the one thing they all wanted.
Interesting. My girlfriend is a flight attendant, stewardess, whatever you want to call them these days, for a private jet. So she's always by herself. And she also does a lot of the cooking for, she prepares the dishes before the flights and stuff.
Fantastic.
And they give her a really nice budget because she's a very good cook and she makes very fancy things
that's
for them.
cool.
Yeah. Multiple people. Thank you so much. Toyota and Lexus. Yes, they are the same owners, Toyota, Lexus. So we got a lot of people saying that. They said like Honda and Acura also. So Honda owns Acura, Nissan owns Infiniti. So there we go. We got some education on that. Let's see. with this one that comes with it, Lexus has always been owned by Toyota. Infinity's always been owned by Nissan. They added a little bit more to this text line. Sorry, I don't know. It just went away for a second. Genesis has always been owned by Hyundai. My 04 gas Ford F-250 has 313,000 miles on it. Original owner, still runs great. Somebody else, we were talking about the poinsettias that we have to get. Somebody said, don't do HD because they don't give you a box to carry them out. Is that true?
Home Depot? No, they don't. It goes back to a story years ago. Yes, that is true.
The audience remembers.
That's a long time ago.
They won't give you a box to carry them out.
That's a great one. Thank you for listening all those
Son
years.
of a biscuit. Yep. And then we got a joke in here for some reason.
All right.
It says, where do footballs go to get new uniforms?
Footballs go to get new
Football
uniforms.
players. Did I say footballs? I'm sorry.
Oh.
Where do football players go to get new uniforms?
Oh, football players go to get new uniforms.
I don't know, Franny. Where do football players go to get new uniforms?
New Jersey. And that was the random joke of the day that came through the text line.
Thank you.
47142. Start off with Real Radio.
Well,
go ahead, Jamie. I'm sorry.
next to New Jersey is New York, and I've got a story here that's going to have more questions when we get done than answers. An unnamed 27-year-old man, right there, that ought to
I already
tip
have
you off.
questions.
An unnamed 27-year-old man who purchased 300 iPhones from an Apple store on Fifth Avenue on Monday was robbed shortly after leaving the store. Here's one particular detail. It happened at 1:45 a.m. Yes, the store is open 24 hours a day.
1:45 a.m.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he's had 300 iPhones in 3 bags. He was carrying them all. All right. There's question number 2.
Yep.
How does that happen? How does that work? So apparently a couple guys jumped him after he came out of the store and not wanting to hand over the phones. So he did put up a little bit of a fight. And they punched the dude in the nose, and they ran off with one of the bags that had 125 of them in there.
Wow.
And so that was worth about $95,000 according to the police. Wow. And what the guy does is he does this often because they did speak to somebody in the store, and I guess he buys like a big bulk of them like that, and he goes and he sells them. He home on he has a small business where he just resells them
online or something.
Yeah.
So
online.
they said, how much do you think he spent? About 400,000?
Yeah.
Based on that?
95. What was there a total? Yeah, about that, man.
Oof, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. So, but again, I guess it's allegedly he does this all the time. But I mean, again, I don't know, unless he's got some sort of, credit with the store or checks or something. I don't know. There's too many questions that come out of this one. It's not clear why he was making a purchase at 1 a.m, nor whether he's specifically targeted based on past purchasing habits, which I would guess, right? So if they know that this guy does it, criminals could know that he's doing it too. Apple Fifth Ave store location is open 24 hours, like I said, and allowing for early morning purchases. Apple also had a Black Friday sale going on at the time, which the thieves may have been aware of. So obviously, New York PD is checking into it to see what's going on. But, oh, boy, I tell you, 1:45 a.m., you're purchasing 300 phones. How do you fit 300 iPhone 13s in the bags like that you can carry?
They had to know he was coming in, first of all, because they have to have all the phones ready.
Right.
I mean, 300 is a lot to have on
Yeah,
hand.
he may have pre-ordered, right?
I was thinking the same thing, but then I'm thinking, all right, it's New York. There were iPhone 13s, too, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of phones to give because then you can't really, I would think you would have to have them because then you can't service other people.
Yeah.
He's probably a regular customer. I wonder if he walked in with cash or credit.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I think it was an inside job. I think somebody tipped those guys off. They had to.
Yeah.
I mean, 1:45, you're walking out. Yeah. I mean, definitely.
Or the guys just saw, maybe they just waited and they saw a dude walking out with a bunch of bags from the store, from the Apple store, and they were like, it's got to have something good.
It's possible, but not at that time of the day, or, night, I should say. I don't know. There's just something's weird about that. That was, I think,
inside job.
It was some sort of an inside job, I think.
Oh, yeah. People talk all the time. Hey, this guy comes in, like he said, he's done it before.
Could have been somebody who worked at the store.
Somebody speculated it was an insurance scam.
Oh, something. I mean, 300 phones is a ton. I'm surprised he was able to get them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, when you really think of you try to get two sometimes.
See, I don't know. I put it into perspective, though. It's the biggest city in the world. So, I mean, if there's a 24-hour... I mean, it's an iPhone store that's open 24/7. I mean, that alone puts it into a completely different perspective than, say, or something around here, even though...
Oh, no doubt. But I mean,
we're not exactly in small-town USA here.
But 300 phones is a lot. I mean, you got to think about that. And I'm surprised he was alone, the guy.
Well, and that's another thing.
Like when you have security or somebody else.
And again,
with
I
him.
mean, knowing the size of a phone, I mean, even if the phone's not in a package, how do you get 300 of them or 100 of them into
Each
a bag?
Yeah, it's.
It doesn't make any sense.
I think it was an inside
from a
job.
physical size standpoint.
They had, if you ever been in Manhattan, I don't know if you have or not, if you're listening, but they have all the street vendors, all up and down the streets, and nice streets too, like Madison Avenue, Fifth Avenue. And I always used to say to myself, like, man, it's all knockoffs. It's not real. And they said the other day the cops busted it. They took $10 million down. That's what the estimate was worth of all knockoff stuff that people have. And they would have in front of Trump Towers.
And they're selling it as
real. No, it's not real. You know it's a knockoff, but you're not allowed to do that. You can't sell knockoffs anywhere. And they said they took down the estimate of street value of $10 million 2 days ago in New York City. But this story is very unique to me that he was able to get that many phones and, like you said, just walk out, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, there's or part of this story is just made up or something.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just too many questions that I have afterwards.
Anything at 1:45 in the morning, I don't care if you're in Boca, is risky. It's it's at night. You go in I would think if it was legit, you might go during the midday, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, have security.
Yeah. Well, and that's where it said that there was quote unquote still the sale going on for the weekend. So that's part of the. I don't know.
And maybe he didn't want to deal with the crowds, and that's why he went at 1:45 in the morning if they're open that late.
Yeah, I mean anything's possible, but he definitely got popped. There's no doubt about that. You said they got 125 of them. Imagine how much that bill was. Wow, it must have been like 400,000. He rings it up. Okay, it's 422,000.
95,000 is the estimate for the ones that were stolen.
Yeah, wow, that's a lot of money. Ooh. I thought you were going to tell him that he was a rich guy and he buys them and he gives them away for the Christmas. That's where I thought it was going. Happy holidays, everybody. I'm going to give you an Apple 13 phone.
What does he look like, Shaq?
Yeah, you're right.
That's what Shaq does.
Shaq
just randomly goes to a jewelry store and buys an engagement ring to some kid's trying to buy for his girl.
Well, and that internet guy we talked about not that long ago. Remember, for Halloween, he was giving out iPhones and he gave that one kid like $10,000.
Right, yeah, that's right. Yeah. That was unbelievable.
Oh, that was the dude from the YouTuber.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
I think he's like the #1 YouTuber now. We found out a bunch of people sending some texts and emails about that guy, and I'm sorry I'm blanking on his name.
It's Mr. something, but I can't remember.
Yeah, and then I looked and saw that he's got all these TV shows and everything on YouTube, and that's what it is. It's all sponsor driven and everything, and he gets this money and he helps people out. They
Which
help
is
people
nice.
out and whatnot, and then of course it turns around where they use it for the show and all that good stuff. But
which is really cool.
Yeah,
that he gave it away for the kids.
Oh, anytime you help people like that,
it's fantastic.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. I'm sure the cops are going to be looking into this and trying to find out where these cell phones are. But yeah, it sounds a little fugazi to me. I still think
there's just too many questions. I mean, some of it you can justify, right? I mean, Franny makes a good point, and other people have made good points as far as the time frame. I don't care how good the sale is and what the lines are like at another time of the day. I don't think at 1:45 I'm. Taking those kinds of dollars out of the store like that by yourself.
No. I think it's an inside job. I think somebody knew something and told somebody and they tipped them off.
And I still can't, and I'm sorry to sound repetitive, I just don't see how physically you can fit that many of those phones in bags that you can carry by yourself like that. I don't understand that.
I mean, the boxes aren't that big. It's a lot of phones.
100 phones.
Yeah, that is a lot of phones.
In 3 bags. Yeah, it's a lot. Again, it didn't work out, but I still think inside job. To me.
Yeah.
I think somebody in Apple, I'm sure they're going to talk to all the employees and find out everything, whether you were working at that time or not.
I'm going to see tomorrow. I'll try to keep an eye on that one and see if we can find a follow-up on that. Because again, the other thing about this was on the first station to report on it was 1010 Wins.
Okay.
So there was no New York Post, New York Times, none of the big papers had a story on it. It was all just I mean, not that 1010 Wins is small. I mean, that's, a big station there in New York City.
No, it definitely is. And it's been around for years.
Yeah. Long time.
Yeah. What was their slogan? You give us 20 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I remember that years ago. Yeah, but all those iPhones taken, that is pretty interesting. 877-927-6969. If you got a story about possibly seeing a tree in New York, or if you went to Boca last week, Delray, or any tree lighting, maybe Jupiter or Port St. Lucie, let us know. And does it feel like the holidays to you yet? Some people say yes, some people say no. Christmas is definitely in the air. There's no doubt about it. I think, Franny, you had something the other day, if I'm not mistaken, about what is your smell that you really enjoy for Christmas?
People were talking about their favorite Christmas smells.
Yeah.
From cookies to the Christmas tree to fires. Like, what is something that when you smell right away, you're just like, yes, it's the holidays?
I think the tree or a wreath to me. Like
Pine scent.
Pine.
Yeah.
What about
So,
you?
I mean, it's typical, right? Tree,
Yeah.
the tree.
I went artificial last year, and I was a little sad about it. I always had a real Christmas tree, and I miss that smell.
Right.
But to me, it's not necessarily the holidays, but it's that fall winter smell. I love smelling somebody who's out like burning something, like a bonfire or something, like burning like wood or leaves. Even the smell of somebody going outside and like doing like a charcoal like barbecue. I love that. And a lot of time it's like fall where you start smelling that burning smell. But I also really like the smell of like baked like cookies and stuff, and that's around the holidays.
Indoor,
yeah, for the indoor. Yep.
Let us know if you guys have a smell that you say, all right, it is the holidays.
Right,
It feels
settle
like
down, people.
Yeah. Try to keep it.
As much as I don't like the cold weather, I'm like Greek with that. We do dip down to like maybe the 40s or the 30s or something. It doesn't. Again, I know it doesn't happen too often around here. Even in the 50s, some people will start a fire at a fireplace, and you get that same type of thing that you're talking about. Yeah,
and a lot of people have fire pits outside.
Yeah,
I know
or that
we have
too.
one that
Even
we've
just a fire pit.
utilized. Yeah, but I love that smell.
That's great. It really is. Makes
But
you feel like
it's very far and few between. I grew up somewhere where we did have the falls and winters, so you smelled it a lot. Doesn't happen that often here.
No.
You really don't find many places that have fireplaces
no homes
in South Florida.
No, it's rare. I mean, it's not common because again, you don't use them much. I mean,
we have one, but it's electric.
Yeah, we do too.
Honestly, it's the
I got an electric one too. Does not smell.
It's decoration. Yeah, there's no smell to it.
No, not at all.
I remember one growing up in our house. We had one for years, and my mother used to always have it lit all the time.
We did too.
Yeah,
we had a wood burning stove for heating the house too, as well.
Yeah, I mean those are nice. Like you said, those things you definitely feel like the holidays and stuff like that. Yeah.
But yeah, the top smells were Christmas tree, cookies, cinnamon, hot chocolate. Ginger,
Cinnamon the woman?
Cinnamon that calls
Cinnamon the woman? No.
Cinnamon that calls in. Yeah.
Barbara.
Cinnamon, gingerbread, peppermint, and a fire burning in the fireplace.
Grief, baby, it's me,
that one.
Cinnamon.
It's the holidays, baby.
Oh, it feels like it. I thought she was put away. I thought she was doing time. Barbara really makes you feel like it's the holidays.
It's the Paul balls.
Yeah. It feels like you're getting picked up outside of jail.
And thank you. Mr. Beast is the one who was very generous. People text us in. Mr. Beast is the text we got in at 47142.
Well, thank you very much for that. We had a couple people check in with us too. If you go to realradio921.com and you look for Real TV, sponsored by Monroe's of Palm Beach, Jay had mentioned up there earlier that yes, as far as the company, with the Lexus was and Toyota. We got another response on that on there as well.
It is the Penthouse, and it is a Wednesday. Don't forget, in about 35 minutes and change, I'm going to ruin your life. I'm going to get some WWGDs. Franny's going to come back with some Florida. Love that sound. Ho, ho, ho. Franny's going to come back with some Florida stories. What is on the pavement?
Yes, we have food laced with marijuana, and we have some wild hogs wreaking havoc in a neighborhood, and more coming your way, and you're with the Florida on Real Radio 92.1.
From the Gordon Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's going to be a warm one on our Wednesday. Temperatures in the mid-80s as we move through our afternoon, above average for this time of year. A few isolated showers, even a storm or two will be possible. This ahead of a front boundary that moves in overnight. We will see some clouds to start off Thursday, along with a few scattered showers. Temperatures fall near 80 degrees for tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. It's pro time because at Lowe's it's Provember. Over 30 days to save big. Full of more inventory, more Lowe's MVP's bonus points, and more of the deals you deserve. Because it always pays to be a pro at Lowe's. Save all Provember long.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Ernest S. Orphanis, DDS, the man who can give you that $1 million smile.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
Football is back. Come on out to Lefty's Wings and Grill this Sunday for our next Miller Lite watch party of the season as Miami takes on San Francisco. Great food and drink specials, including $2.75 Miller Lite drafts during all live pro games, real radio swag, and a chance to win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Miami game. Kickoff is at 4:05 p.m. Lefty's, 1034 Southeast Port St. Lucie Boulevard, Port St. Lucie. See you there.
Sure, we have 30 seconds to tell you that drivers who switch to Progressive could save big. But then what? Well, there is a nice piece of stock music playing behind me that a talented composer worked really hard on. So let's enjoy it. Wow, almost overshadows the saving big when you switch to Progressive part. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Today on Hey Culligan, soft water, cleaner environment. What do you say, Greg?
Hey Culligan, are you saying if I have a Culligan high-efficiency water softener, I'm also helping the environment?
It sounds like you're saying it, Greg, and yes, you are, because with the Culligan high-efficiency water softener, you'll use less detergent, soap, and harsh chemicals, and that's good for the planet.
Now you're saying it.
You bet I am, Greg. Soft water and a cleaner environment is already on the way. Let us help you out with free in-home water tests from a local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
Hayes the Greek for Joseph's Classic Market, one of my favorite spots, where great meals begin. If you love to eat well, Joseph's Classic Market has it all. Fresh produce, meats, seafood, deli, pizza, bakery, and prepared foods. And Joseph's offers catering for all special events. Boca Raton, Delray, and Palm Beach Gardens. Joseph's Classic Market is also hiring for all positions. Joseph's Classic Market, where great meals begin, proud sponsor of Greek's Gridiron. I don't start a day without going to Joseph's Classic Market. Peace!
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. These are tough times for everyone, so dealing with your timeshare may not be your biggest concern. But when this passes, do you still want a lifetime of payments, fees, and commitments for a timeshare you were misled into buying?
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started the timeshare cancellation industry by exposing the ugly truth about timeshares and giving folks the straight facts. I've been fighting the timeshare giants ever since, so no one knows this industry better than me and my team. Today, we have saved our clients an average of $65,000 in lifetime payments. Imagine putting those timeshare dollars back in your pocket. Give my office a call today. I guarantee if we take you as a client, we will cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call Wesley Financial now for your free information kit. 800-627-1212. That's 800-627-1212. 800-627-1212.
Hi, I'm Dana Schwartz, host of the hit podcast Noble Blood. Join me on my new podcast, Stealing Superman, for a deep dive into the shocking true crime saga of the theft of a priceless comic book from the home of Nicolas Cage.
Someone targeted this very specific, very talented actor and stole something that is very specific to his interests.
Listen to Stealing Superman on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
At Healthy Cell, we believe in the power of human potential. To reach your potential, you need to be healthy. That's why we developed ultra-absorption dietary supplements in a gel you swallow for a variety of health benefits, like boosting brain power, supporting sleep, and boosting your immune system. Healthy Cell is perfect for people who struggle swallowing pills and those who demand real results. Go to healthycell.com and use limited time code RADIO for 20% off your first order, risk-free. Love it or your money back. Guaranteed. Healthycell.com code RADIO.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Smooth ride along our Palm Beach roadways and expressways this Wednesday. Looking good. Checking traffic cameras. 95 in the Turnpike, both accident-free and up to speed. Make sure that you slow down for bicycles on your ride. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Some banks can make it complicated to redeem credit card rewards. But with Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount at any time. Talk about amazing. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards. Terms apply.
The Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident. Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Hello, hello, and welcome back to The Penthouse. And if you're just tuning in, well, just welcome in general on a Wednesday here on Real Radio. Coming up around 1:40, we will be getting into WWGD. What is going on? This is Franny. I have Jimmy with me. Good afternoon, Jimmy.
Hello, hello, and good afternoon.
And we got G-Man here, too. But it's that time where we do a second dose of Florida stories. This is What the Florida.
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 Did you say
Florida? Hell yeah.
I'm from Florida.
Sure did.
WTF. What the Florida?
Well, I have an update on a story that happened at a wedding. There was a caterer and a bride that got together, and they decided, hey, we got a good idea. Why don't we lace some of this food that we're going to be giving to our wedding guests at the reception with marijuana? And that's exactly what they did. So this happened back in February. Jocelyn Bryant was the one who catered it. And our deputies found multiple guests very high on marijuana. At the time, people were calling 911. We're like, I feel really funny after I ate. Something's not going on. Or something's not right. And so they ended up taking to the hospital and found out, yep, they have they're high. They tested positive for THC. So it wasn't just her. The bride. Her name is Danya. She was arrested at the time, the two of them, because multiple guests were taken to the hospital. So food recovered from the scene. It did test positive for THC. They said it was on, not every dish, but the main course.
It's terrible.
Lasagna.
Yeah, I'm sure the people were just flipping
and
out.
the bread rolls. Yeah. Well, so it looks like this one woman in particular now faces a loss. Besides being arrested, now she's facing a lawsuit from one of the wedding guests. And if this comes out, who knows if more of those wedding guests will jump on this lawsuit.
Oh, I'm sure. No surprise there.
Yep, it's one of the guests. Her name is Virginia Ann Taylor. She filed the suit against Bryant, which says the caterer knowingly allowed the food to be served while laced with marijuana.
And how did they think this is just something good? Like, why would you do that?
No, it's a terrible situation. So she, with the claim, she said she became immediately ill, suffered serious permanent injuries from marijuana poisoning, according to the lawsuit. And court documents show she is seeking more than $30,000 in damages. My mistake. In the meantime, Bryant and Sabota continue to face felony charges of tampering with food and sale or delivery of a controlled substance. And then we're going to move from marijuana to wild hogs. This is happening in Florida. The Crossings HOA is like, well, kind of have to deal with it. Right now, they're going to try to get rid of the hogs, but they're feral hogs that are running amok. This is in a neighborhood in Palm Coast. They said not only are they digging up, they said there's all kinds of craters in the common area and then their backyard. They said they're unearthing some wires and stuff like that. And they're attacking people while they are walking their dogs. One person in particular 89 years old, said that when they go out at night, when David goes out at night, he has to carry a baseball bat with him. Because he got attacked by a wild hog, so now he has to. It was like, it's probably the worst thing that ever happened to me in my life. Fortunately, the flashlight he had, because he didn't have a bat with him at the time, the first time, he said was big. I just kept hitting the pig. The pig was wrestling with me. He knocked me into the bushes. There's another woman who says her front yard has been damaged and that she's fearful of the hogs and hopes that the community district will take action soon. But right now, they're asking, like, can we please put up fences to protect us in our homes and our yard and everything? And the HOA was like, nope. So we'll see when they talk with it. They're having a meeting with the CDD if they will be able to make those rules change for them regarding the fences. And as Jimmy mentioned, hopefully they'll have, animal control get out there and handle the situation. And then this is another update. So this happened back in March. And now a 76-year-old Florida man who's been accused of performing lewd acts, and he is in big trouble. So this 76-year-old is from Bonita Springs, and this was a flight that was going from New Jersey to Boston. So they said prosecutors Robinson, who is the 76-year-old Donald Edward Robinson, and the victim were on a flight when he exposed himself to this 21-year-old girl, inappropriately touched himself, and put his hand on her thigh. The woman alerted another passenger and the flight attendant, and he was later on arrested when they did land. But now he is facing up to 90 days in prison. They said that we're going to find out at his sentencing. That's going to happen in March. Man, I feel like everything just takes so much time. And then finally here in You're What the Florida, I'll let you know if you ever go down to the Everglades, don't eat this. Florida is home to the world's most dangerous tree, according to Guinness World Records. They said if there's one tree you want to completely avoid, it is this one. You could be left completely blind, according to Guinness World Records. This tree is found in Florida. They say typically it's found in the Florida Everglades and the Caribbean coast. It is called the Manchineel tree. And the claims are the fruit hanging from the tree may look tasty. You may be out there for days in the Keys or in the Everglades and be like, God, I'm so hungry. But don't eat it. They say stay away. Say one bite of those fruit can cause blisters, pain, and could potentially be fatal. They say the sap from the tree trunk is reportedly so incredibly poisonous and acidic that even the smallest contact with human skin can cause immediate breakout of blisters. And yes, they also say that you can go blind. They say if you get the sap in your eye or around like the smoke from the burning tree itself, I was just saying how much I like the smell of burning wood.
Make you
Not
feel like
that.
holidays.
They actually said it will make you go blind.
Oh.
So once again, Florida has some crazy things going on, and that is it. We are also the home of the world's most dangerous tree, and that is You're What the Florida.
Great job, Francis. Thank you. We do it 105 and 1105. You guys give us all the stories. We give them back to you, and they're always very, very unique, things that you would never realize. And they could be anywhere. They can from be meth to people burning down houses to horses running wild.
Yeah.
Brandon talked there about some jerk that showed his junk on that airplane. Well, I'll tell you what, here's another lady that made an airplane make an emergency landing because she said that Jesus told her to open the plane door.
Jesus told her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this happened on a flight from Houston to Columbus, Ohio. A lady walked back, so she walks back towards the door, and she's just kind of sitting there looking near the window of it, and they kind of notice it, and she asks if she could, she asked something of one of the flight attendants, and they said no, and they were trying to push her back towards her seat and everything, and then that's when she lunged for the door to try to open it. Now, we're talking they're full mid-flight, 37,000 feet, they're way up there. And they were able to, two flight attendants were able to get a hold of her. And then another passenger jumped in to help subdue the lady so that she wouldn't open the door. And she bit the passenger. Oh. The lady did. So anyway, they were able to subdue her, and police came on and arrested her. Another crazy one on a plane.
Yeah.
And,
so many stuff you hear.
And she was flying to see some pastor, and not even because the destination was Ohio, but it was somewhere in like Virginia. So she would have had to continue on to another flight. She had no luggage. She never told her husband she was leaving. You know, all kinds of weird things. That obviously she has some psychiatric problems that she's going to have to see somebody for. But thank goodness that nothing bad happened. And this is, something that, again, I've talked about a little bit about flying myself before, but it was always, just small aircraft and everything. And I know, Franny, you've got a friend that does it for a living commercially. Can those doors be opened?
I don't know.
Mid-flight like that, if you're up in the air, I would think is there some sort of locking mechanism that would, not allow that?
I would think not.
Especially like with the altitude or something could keep that from not happening.
I would think not, but who the hell knows?
I can't fathom a scenario where you would want it to open. I mean, even if you wanted to bail out, there's no parachutes or anything, so it's not like you can use it as a, obviously if it's in the ground in a water or something like that, you want to be able to open those doors. But
I sure hope you can't. I hope you can't open them. I hope that's the case.
I've seen many times flying where they just close it, lock it. It seems like, and vacuum bag it, it's just clucked, and that's it. There's no combination. Like, I've never seen somebody put a combination in, and I've set up
there's nothing like that.
I would think that there's some sort of safety feature that when you're at a certain altitude, it just, no matter what you do, you couldn't open.
You would hope.
Yeah.
Like you said. Because that's crazy in itself. And you just hear more and more stuff about people on planes. It just, and I'm sure it happened before, but it seems like it happens now. It's stopping people. A lot of people don't even want to fly. They always say, "Oh, I'm so worried." You used to be, I'm worried about, going through security. It takes so long. Now you're worried about people on planes.
And again, I know it seems like we read a lot of these stories, and of course it's what we do, right?
Uh-huh.
We see the news and the crazy stories like this are going to get in the news, and we talk about it. But considering how many flights happen,
it's real.
Again, that's the thing, right? You always got to put it back into that perspective.
Sure.
And it's like, it's dangerous to drive, and you crash, but there's so many more vehicles on the road, and the percentages.
There's a lot of crazy people on the road, probably a lot more than you're going to find on an airplane.
But that's just, man, I tell you what.
Well, it's got to be a very scary situation if you're a passenger.
And especially the guy who tried to help a woman and she gets bitten by her. That's terrible. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Wednesday. We got some WWGD. Also, we got an interesting thing coming up, which I like to hear about celebrities who had jobs before they were famous. It always intrigues me, and I hope it intrigues you. We'll be back in the Penthouse on Real Radio. Peace.
Real Radio is the News Junkie.
A man is in trouble for making sexual contact with his dog. Edward Dare, 35-year-old man.
Should have picked Truth.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's going to be a warm one on our Wednesday. Temperatures in the mid-80s as we move through our afternoon, above average for this time of year. A few isolated showers, even a storm or two will be possible. This ahead of a front boundary that moves in overnight. We will see some clouds to start off Thursday, along with a few scattered showers. Temperatures fall near 80 degrees for tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson. And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
This is Ben Ferguson.
And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hayes Greek for Strike Cigar Lounge, home of Greek Cigar 2022. Upscale cigar lounge, downtown Boca Raton. A humidor with over 500 cigars to choose from. Stop into the lounge or the patio to enjoy a perfect atmosphere with friends. Handmade cocktails, premier liquors, great place to enjoy friends or any sporting event. It's Greek Cigar 2022, and Strike Cigar Lounge is the home. Puff, puff, baby. Strike Cigar Lounge. Get there today. Peace.
Every week, hundreds of thousands of fans download the popular Stuff They Don't Want You to Know podcast to get to the bottom of popular culture's biggest myths. And now, the Stuff They Don't Want You to Know book separates conspiracy fact from conspiracy theory, from biological testing to our endless fascination with the Kennedy assassination. This holiday season, give the gift that explains the unexplainable. The Stuff They Don't Want You to Know book. Available now. Order at StuffYouShouldReadBooks.com or wherever you buy your books.
Smell that wonderful smell? Open the box to find a treat no child or adult can resist. It's cupcakes from Small Cakes of Royal Palm Beach. Located next to Target on Okeechobee Boulevard, we start baking before you get out of bed. Our frosting and decorating while you're getting ready and sliding them into the case just as you pull up. Be it a special occasion or just a special person, Small Cakes bakes over 18 different flavors every day for all to enjoy. We'll be waiting for you with ice cream on the side and a cherry on top.
Attention business owners. Imagine getting up to $26,000 per employee sent to you directly by the U.S. government. All businesses during COVID could be eligible for a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee through a CARES Act program. The fact is, all types of businesses, profit or nonprofit, are eligible. There is absolutely no cost to check your eligibility today. ERTC.com is the nation's leading company specializing in employee retention tax credits. Here is a real testimonial from an ERTC client.
We've got some good news. You're going to get $488,000 as a tax refund, which is not a loan, and you can use that in whatever way you'd like to.
Visit ERTC.com today, and in less than 5 minutes, our proprietary rebate calculator will show you how much money you could receive. Act now before the program closes or funds run out. Visit ERTC.com today. That's ERTC.com.
SimpliSafe was named the best home security of 2022 by U.S. News & World Report. But we don't do what we do for the accolades. We do it to protect you and everything you love. Our advanced sensors and HD cameras are powered by 24/7 professional monitoring for fast emergency dispatch. Visit SimpliSafe.com/holiday to get 40% off any new system today. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Lisa Booth here for Bishop Gold Group. So just when you think the stock market's recovering and everything's going back to normal, well, here comes another downturn. So what are you going to do? The answer is gold. The company that I trust is Bishop Gold Group. They can advise you on investing in gold and gold IRAs. So act now and get up to $5,000 in free silver with a qualified purchase. Call Bishop Gold Group on your phone, dial pound 250, keyword Bishop Gold. That's pound 250, Bishop Gold, or go to bishopgoldgroup.com.
Hey, it's the Greek. Your smile is the first thing people see, and I have the guy who can give you that $1 million smile.
Thanks, Greek. I'm Dr. Ernest Orfanos, a board-certified periodontist, and I can give you that perfect smile. My staff and I will make you feel comfortable and relaxed during your procedure. We do what's called Teeth in the Day, where you get implants and teeth that very same day, all phases of dental implants. And as a multi-specialty office, we are capable of meeting and exceeding all of your needs. Please call our office at 561-477-7171.
Whether you're in the mood for your favorite radio station or getting lost inside a hit podcast, the iHeartRadio app gives you access to what you want to hear when you want to hear it. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
iHeartRadio. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
From the Racetrack Traffic Center.
Smooth ride along our Palm Beach roadways and expressways this Wednesday. Looking good, checking traffic cameras, 95 in the Turnpike, both accident-free and up to speed. Make sure that you slow down for bicycles on your ride. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson. And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Newt Gingrich here, and I'd like to invite you to listen to my podcast, Newt's World. Most people know me as the former Speaker of the House, but I'm also a historian with a wide range of interests. I enjoy talking with experts in their field and the most interesting people across a variety of subjects. I release 4 episodes of Newt's World every week with an effort to excite the imagination of our audience, and hopefully you'll learn something new each time you listen. Listen and subscribe for free to Newt's World on the iHeart
1017. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Funny thing, Greek and I actually got inspiration for our personal slogans from 1010 Win slogan, give us 20 minutes and we'll give you the world. Greek and I's slogan is give us 2 minutes and we'll disappoint you, girl.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
There's always a lot of truth in kidding, and that was awesome. Thank you. 2 minutes. Jimmy's in the house?
Yeah, ain't no way it's that long. Hello, good afternoon.
On a good night, maybe. Franny's here.
Hey, what's going on?
We always think of celebrities, and when we think of it, I know a lot of people think of them, hey, they were always famous, but they weren't always famous.
Sure, yeah, and there's a list that was out there. Somebody, they called it surprising jobs that some celebrities had when they were younger, and maybe some of them are surprising, maybe some of them aren't. A couple of them that jumped out at me, and this is one that I've heard of. But Whoopi Goldberg, apparently she worked as a morgue beautician after seeing an ad in the paper once. Again, going back to before she was super famous. She's also a licensed beautician for living people as well, apparently.
Interesting.
Yeah. Taylor Swift, her family lived on a Christmas tree farm growing up, and her job was to pick the praying mantis pods off the trees so they wouldn't hatch inside people's homes. Do you know this person, either of you? Or anybody out there if they want to. Gabori Sidibe, is it? Sidibe? She's apparently on the show Precious, and I'm not familiar with that show. And she's younger. She was a phone sex operator for 3 years before landing her lead in Precious.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. She's the lead in Precious. Precious was a movie. Yes, yes. So I do.
And apparently that was where she got acting chops from.
Sure she did. Sure she did. That's pretty good. She never had a complaint for her
There's
audience.
a lot of acting with those girls.
Oh, yeah. Sure is. I mean, just stay on the phone, me, honey.
You would know, Creek, right? All those years you did that?
Of course I
Yeah.
did it for years. You kidding me?
Can I hear the voice? Did you talk like that, or did you? What was the sexy voice?
Well, I had two voices. I had it.
Baby, it's me, Barbara.
That was one of my voices.
Okay.
And then for the bookmakers, taking action. But I would just be like, hey, what's up, Sweetums?
Megan Fox, she worked at a smoothie shop in Florida, right here in our home state, which included dressing up as a giant banana.
I wonder which smoothie shop it was. It was like Smoothie King, Tropical Smoothie.
I got a comment. I'm going to let it
go. Just one? I got more than that. Tom Hanks. He sold peanuts and soda at baseball stadium when he was 14 years old.
That's a cool job.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Christopher Walken, your father, he was a lion tamer trainee when he was 16.
That's cool.
Yeah, about that. Huh?
How many people could be like, I was a lion trainer, but you said he was just a trainee.
He was a trainee.
So he didn't make it. He didn't
was
make it till a full-fledged trainer.
A lion tamer trainee. Yeah.
Okay. Lion tamer trainee.
Ashton Kutcher, he worked in a cereal factory sweeping Cheerio dust. He also skinned deer in a butcher shop. Ooh. There you go.
From cereal, I was going to be like, ooh, that smells good. And then you get to the whole deer thing. It's like, ooh.
I'm out.
Matthew McConaughey, he spent a year in Australia as an exchange student where he would clean out chicken coops.
That sounds... Australia sounds awesome, but go there to clean out chicken coops doesn't sound that awesome.
Yeah. Well, he was there as a student.
Yeah.
So I had to make some side money.
All
right.
All right. And we'll finish here with Lucy Liu. She worked as an aerobics instructor, a secretary, and a hostess. None of those are really all that strange or anything. I don't think I can see it because she's very physically fit now, so I'm assuming she was in her younger years. So an aerobics instructor doesn't seem all that... And a hostess. I mean, so many of them did that out there, in L.A. trying to go find their way. Do you have any a really odd job that we've never talked about, Franny?
You guys probably know most of mine. There was odd parts of the job I had to do. Mm-hmm. So I've worked in restaurants forever. One of the first restaurants I ever worked at was at my mom's restaurant, and I was young. I was 13 years old, 14. So my job would be because it was a Puerto Rican restaurant, we did a lot of rice and beans. So she would put me in the corner with massive bags of rice, and I would have to sift through them and find the brown pieces of white rice and throw them out.
Oh, really?
I would sit there
that
for
was a
hours.
Big no-no. I couldn't have that in there?
No. So you'd have to pick out the brown pieces of rice, and so that's what she would put me in the corner to do, and that was not a fun job.
No, I bet not.
No. It was very tedious and very boring. But other than that, I've had, I think, I've worked at a putt-putt place, which was fun, a go-kart place. Sold makeup at a kiosk.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
are
nothing like
Mm-hmm.
super, super odd. How about you guys? Any odd jobs or anything odd you had to do at a job?
Yeah, hooking, you know.
Is that odd?
Well, I don't know.
They call that the very
Fairly
first
normal.
profession out there.
No, my first job, I cleaned a laundromat. That's probably the most weird
Okay.
and bizarre. We used to do side jobs with the. My dad worked at a grocery store, but and so my brother did too when he was got to be of age. But he owned a whole shopping center. So whatever some maintenance had to be done around there, we used to do that too. You know, even like cleaning up stuff. You know, papers would fly around, coupon papers and stuff. We picked that up, but. You know, just little odd jobs like that. We know Greek did the pretzel factory. Was there anything else that was more of a kind of an odd thing?
No, the pretzels, Italian ice when I was a kid for years.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
Yeah,
That's
you
why
know, I worked in the record industry in the warehouses, unloading trucks and supermarkets, valet park.
Supertramp.
Yeah, Supertramp, 3708. Still the number.
Exactly was the answer I was looking for.
Yeah, on the side of the album.
Hold on, like, ding.
I worked as a valet parker at a lot of country clubs. And one person that used to be a waitress for me years ago, I forget her name. You guys will know her too real quick. She was in Thelma and Louise.
Gina Davis?
Yep. She was a waitress at a restaurant I used to go to in the late 80s, I remember. And she was going to acting school telling us. And yeah, she became famous.
So there
you hear a lot of those people, but actors and actresses, before they make it big, they got to make some money somehow, some way. They bartend or wait tables.
Yeah.
A lot of them do.
Yeah, New York,
And that was
LA.
why the last one there, Lucy Liu, it said that she was a hostess. I mean, that didn't surprise. You know, that doesn't seem all that strange.
No, I mean, there's so many different jobs they do. I mean, you got to make ends meet.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're lucky enough to get that break. I mean, which
Which
some
not
people,
many people do.
Yeah, that's it. Some people do, and a lot of people don't.
Mm-hmm.
It is the Penthouse, and we'll be back in a few minutes. We got a trifecta. A little
Gonna ruin your lives, baby.
I can't even do it. That's better than me. I'm gonna ruin your life in a couple minutes with some WWGD. Peace.
Because your pets are pretty lonely when you're gone. Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. It's going to be a warm one on our Wednesday. Temperatures in the mid-80s as we move through our afternoon, above average for this time of year. A few isolated showers, even a storm or two will be possible. This ahead of a front boundary that moves in overnight. We will see some clouds to start off Thursday, along with a few scattered showers. Temperatures fall near 80 degrees for tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson.
And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
What Would Greek Do is brought to you by Monroe's of Palm Beach.
Attention! Did you or a loved one live at or near Marine Base Camp Lejeune in North Carolina between 1953 and 1987? If so, listen closely for this important legal announcement. From 1953 to 1987, Marines and their family members at Camp Lejeune drank water that was contaminated with hazardous toxins. The toxins found in the water at Camp Lejeune may cause health issues, especially later in life. Types of health issues associated with water at Camp Lejeune are numerous. If you or a loved one lived near Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation without going to court. Even if you were turned down in the past, a new law can allow you to file a claim today. If you or a loved one spent time near Camp Lejeune, call the Negligence Network to find out if you're eligible for financial compensation. There's no fee unless we win your case. Call 1-800-600-5536. That's 1-800-600-5536. 1-800-600-5536.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach. Why do you buckle up when you get in your truck? Maybe you do it to get home safely to your loved ones, or because you take your job as a professional driver seriously, or because you want to follow the law to stay safe. Remember, it doesn't matter how long you've been driving, or even if it's a quick trip. Wear your seatbelt to stay safe on the road. Learn more at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov. That's www.sharetheroadsafely.gov. And remember to buckle up when you get behind the wheel. Paid for by FMCSA.
Well, President Trump has announced
And now, Ron DeSantis is rising fast in the polls. Newsmax is conducting an urgent poll. Do you want Donald Trump or Ron DeSantis as your candidate in 2024? It's a big question. Newsmax wants to know your opinion. Vote in the Newsmax poll on Trump versus DeSantis. Just text the word BIRD to 39747. That's BIRD to 39747. It takes just seconds. Let your voice be heard. And tune into Newsmax for news you can trust. They're even beating CNN in key ratings. So make the switch to Newsmax and vote in Newsmax's poll on Trump versus DeSantis. Text BIRD to 39747. That's BIRD to 39747. Make the switch to Newsmax today.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
Is your prostate secretly being destroyed without you knowing it? All the ads for these prostate pills, like Super Beta Prostate, Saw Palmetto, ProstaStream, Prostagenics, and others, want to know which pills work and which are garbage? Now you can. Get a free copy of the new guide, Prostate Secrets, that pulls back the curtain on the prostate pill industry. Learn what is really in these pills. Which pill has over 987 adverse event reports filed against it with the FDA? It's shocking. Learn the one food to avoid that is a prostate killer, and discover the 3 so-called health foods that destroy your prostate. Get your free copy at prostatesecrets.com. That's prostatesecrets.com. This free guide will show you how to end your prostate problems without drugs or surgery, 5 important things to do to protect your prostate, and much more. Warning, this guide is controversial and may be offensive to some readers as it pulls no punches. So go to prostatesecrets.com. Prostatesecrets.com. That's prostatesecrets.com.
Football is back. Come on out to Lefty's Wings and Grill this Sunday for our next Miller Lite watch party of the season as Miami takes on San Francisco. Great food and drink specials, including $2.75 Miller Lite drafts during all live pro games, real radio swag, and a chance to win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Miami game. Kickoff is at 4:05 p.m. Lefty's, 1034 Southeast Port St. Lucie Boulevard, Port St. Lucie. See you there.
Hey, it's the Greek for Joseph's Classic Market, one of my favorite spots, where great meals begin. If you love to eat well, Joseph's Classic Market has it all. Fresh produce, meats, seafood, deli, pizza, bakery, and prepared foods. And Joseph's offers catering for all special events. Boca Raton, Delray, and Palm Beach Gardens. Joseph's Classic Market is also hiring for all positions. Joseph's Classic Market, where great meals begin, proud sponsor of Greek's Gridiron. I don't start a day without going to Joseph's Classic Market. Peace.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Palm Beach Expressway is moving along nicely for our Wednesday drive. No major delays on the Turnpike or 95. Look out for periodic lane closures in Jupiter. We have road work US 1 north and south from A1A Ocean Boulevard to Old Dixie Highway. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson.
And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz.
.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Wednesday.
Little WWGD. This is where I take lives and I just smash them up and make them a little bit worse. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
Franny's here.
Hey.
Right. Time for a trifecta first.
Riders up. It's Creepy Trifecta.
They were great friends for years, Charles Barkley and Michael Jordan, number 23 and 34 in your program. But when Jordan took over the Charlotte Hornets, Charles Barkley said a couple things about his management and things that he did with draft picks. Michael Jordan didn't like that, and they haven't spoken for 10 years. But lately, every time Barkley talks about it, it has been coming up, and he's been saying, hey, I want to bury the hatchet, and I wish that we could talk and maybe become friends again. So I think it might happen. He's out there saying it. It's been 10 years since they talked. He said they're both very stubborn guys. I could see that. Huge egos, big money, celebrities. But you know what? Life is short, and if you have a good friend out there or a family member you're not talking to, this is a perfect time of year. They always say around the holidays to make amends. So maybe they'll become friends again, and they will enjoy each other's company and smoke some cigars. USA did it yesterday. Won. That's right. They won 1-0 over Iran. So now the USA team advances to the Sweet 16, round of 16. Hats off to all the players, all the coaches, and the staff. We wish them continued success, and they will play again on Saturday. College football rankings came out. Georgia's number 1. Michigan's number 2. TCU is 3. If you don't know where TCU stands for, that's fine. Look it up. USC is 4.
What does it stand for?
Send me $8. I'll tell you.
What does it stand for?
Not going to say. You have to look it up.
No, I don't want to look it up. Just tell me. I always have to look up everything.
Texas Christian University.
All right, thank you.
And their mascot is the Horned
The
Frog.
Horned Frog. I did know that.
Yeah. But I'm saying fans out there, a lot of people say, I don't even know what TCU means.
I didn't know what it stood for either, but I did know the Horned Frogs.
Yes.
Yes.
Ohio State is 4. They are the Buckeyes. And Alabama is 6. Knocking on the door. That's Saban. Come on, let us in. They are the Tide, the big elephants. So you never know what's going to happen this weekend. But Georgia, Michigan, TCU, and USC all have conference championship games. Ohio State and Alabama, they're not. Their bags are packed. They're home, just resting. So we'll see what happens. I don't think Georgia or Michigan loses. TCU and USC have the toughest games, and they're both only 3-point favorites. USC plays Friday night against Utah. So we'll know in the locker room Saturday, Jimmy, see how those USC Trojans do. And Aaron Rodgers also said he was playing Sunday. He got a good report from his doctor. He plays the Bears. He has an unbelievable record against the Bears. As Jimmy said earlier, he owns the Bears. The Bears were probably hoping he was going to be out.
Oh, actually, you said that.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He's got an unbelievable record. Again, he's in the league 17 years.
And actually, I think he's the one that says that.
Yeah,
I think there's memes that he's put out there that I own them.
I own them. But he did say he's playing, and he's going to continue playing until the Packers are eliminated from the playoffs. Also, Tom Brady said on his podcast, I'm on borrowed time right now, kids. So maybe Tom's leaning toward maybe not coming back. We'll see what happens, but it'll also depend how they do and if they finish out the season good and he gets to the playoffs. And that is your last trifecta of the day. Benny Vahana.
All right, since that is the last trifecta of a Wednesday, that means we get into something we like to call WWGD. That is, what would Greek do? That's when you write us, you email us specifically. The email is jimmy@realradio921.com. And, well, according to G-Man, what you're seeking, well, for him to ruin your life. No, you are seeking advice from the G-Man. This is something we like to do called WWGD. What would Greek do?
Get ready for WWGD. What would Greek do?
You didn't even let me get it out of my mouth.
I know.
Can you believe people ask this guy for advice?
I mean, you rub it hard enough, something's gonna happen.
I mean, really?
True. I'm never going to the Super Bowl again. I made that contradiction last year.
What?
Seriously?
I put myself before you.
It's WWGD.
All right, so we are going to start off with George. George writes in, and
Jorge?
George,
Is it George or Jorge?
I think it's George.
Okay, we'll go with George.
Yeah. I think Jorge starts with a J.
Okay.
George
Usually.
starts with a G. All right, so George writes in, and George is like, hey, my girl and I, we've been fighting a lot in the last month, and we're thinking about taking a break for a month or so. It's like, I still love her. We're just not on the same page on pretty important things lately. Said, I know it's a tough time of year to break up with the holidays and all. I guess the main issue that they fight about is money. So, G-Man, I guess he wants to know your thoughts. Should they take the break? Should you just power through the holidays? What would Greek do?
I think you got to try to work it out. I mean, if bailing out is not good. Don't bail out. Work it out. Ooh, T-shirt or billboard. Try to work it out. And it's the holidays. It's tough. You're going to miss her Christmas. You might miss her, New Year's Eve. I mean, if they're fighting over money, you might save money. I get that too. But I would try to work it out. I mean, his thought from this email sounds like they're just taking a break and they're going to try to rehook up. Maybe take a break for a couple days, maybe, and just say, hey, what are we really fighting over? But I think you should try to work it out, especially if you care about the person and love them. The problems are still going to be there a month from now. I mean, they're not going to go away. You got to solve them if you want it to work out. And if two people want to work things out, they usually can, if they want to. If she's done, then it doesn't matter. Or him.
Okay, Jimmy?
Yeah, when you even contemplate taking a break, doesn't that sort of indicate that you're, like it's kind of over? I mean, I don't know. I've never been down that road of taking a break.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it seems kind of weird to me. It almost seems like it's a nice way of trying to end it. But I agree more with Greek that, at least try. Or if you're going to take a break, take a break for a week. And then sit down and try to find out whether or not you do even want to work it out. I mean, if there's too many differences, maybe it's just time to part ways. But I don't think like taking a month break is going to make that big of a difference.
It's going to be the same issues.
Yeah,
you're not solving. The issues.
Exactly.
They're not good. They're still the same problems.
Yeah,
and that's in everything, just not relationships. I mean, if you don't solve the problem's not going away.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's just not. And if it's a money issue, that's
what he said.
That's one of the things with a lot of couples, they fight about money. That's one of the common things they always say.
The number one thing, finances.
Yep.
All right. Well, good luck, George. And hopefully, with all said and done, you have a great holiday. Next up, we have Evan, I believe. And Evan met a girl about a month ago and said it's going pretty good so far. But last week, he met a few friends of hers. And one of them, he was like, oh, my God, I recognize her. We had a one-night stand together about 6 months ago. So Evan wants to know, should I tell her or just keep it quiet? I do not want to ruin anything with this girl. WWGD, what would Greek do?
How long ago did he meet him?
6 months.
No, but I'm saying he said he met the friends about...
No, so he's met this girl about a month ago. They've been dating. Things are great. And realized that he had a one-night stand about 6 months ago with one of the friends. He's saying, should I keep quiet?
Keep quiet. Don't say anything. I was trying to figure out the timeline because she would have already found out maybe and known. I wouldn't say anything. I don't think it's any of her business. She wasn't with him. He didn't do anything wrong. But that could piss her off. And some girls are like, oh, if you went with my friend, I don't want to be with you then. It's too weird. Whatever. I wouldn't tell her. I just leave it alone. If she brought it up to her, if she brings it up to him, then I would say, yeah, I met her one night and it was a one-night thing, but I was looking for real love, and that's why I found you, sweetie, because you are real love. Jimmy?
Jimmy, how
was that funny, Franny?
Yeah,
Franny.
Yeah. I don't think I would say anything either, and maybe I'd even throw a little hush money to the other one.
I love it.
Hush money.
Call her up.
No, I would. I would tell her.
Oh, you would tell her?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd let her know that, in case this ever comes up, me and Susie hooked up some time ago. It was a one-night stand because it's like anything else. If you tell them up front, then you have nothing to hide. Don't worry about it. And if that's going to bother her, then it's going to bother her now or then.
Yeah, but you got more
at some point if it ever comes up.
Yeah. I think as it goes on, though, sometimes
it's going to come up.
You think?
I'm under the impression that the one that he had the one-night stand with and his now current girlfriend are very good friends. That's the impression I got.
That's what I would assume.
If that's not it, and they're only like very vague acquaintances, and like it may not come up, but I'm betting on the odds are that it's going to come up at some time. So if you're upfront about it now, then you kind of nip it in the bud and take care of it now.
Because maybe the girl doesn't want it. Maybe the girl's like, oh, like maybe you talk to her first and be like, well, so because she may want to not say anything either.
Oh, well, that's something I didn't think.
Yeah,
she might be embarrassed.
Yeah, because if you'd be like, listen, are you going to tell her? Because if so, then let me be the first to tell her. But if you're not, if you're like let's kind of. Not because sometimes secrets.
Good point.
Yeah,
it's not like they were dating, right?
And then throw hush money.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me ask you, as a female, would it change in your mind? Because like a girl, sometimes she want to feel like I'm sleeping around with a lot.
Like if I found out That Matt slept with one of my friends?
No, if you...
Yeah, from before you got...
Yeah.
Or if you met Matt and you found out that you slept with one of Matt's friends, maybe, like 6 months before you met him. You know what I'm saying? Same thing.
So he's having you be in the male shoes in this particular case.
Because for a lot of girls, they don't want anybody to know anything.
Yeah.
At all. They're like, no way.
Yeah,
it's a different scenario for a guy.
If I really dug Matt and I had a one night stand, I would go up to his friend and I was like, you better not say anything.
Good point. Okay. Okay.
But girls are like that. Like, they don't want to know anything. I had somebody come up to me and say that to me recently, and I was like, I'm not going to say anything. I didn't even remember, to be honest with you.
You're like, if you wouldn't have said anything.
I mean, that,
You're like, we had sex?
Just
What?
shocked again.
Oh, boy.
I thought that was Monopoly.
Do you remember my name, Greek?
Nope.
Well, good luck, Evan. Next up, we got John, and John emails us at jimmy@realradio921.com, and John loves the Dolphins. He's a huge fan, and he got tickets for Christmas Day against the Packers.
Oh, perfect.
John's like, I've never been to the stadium, and I'm so jacked up about the game.
Cool. Congratulations. Where do you win them from?
But my girl is giving me a hard time because it's on Christmas. Do you think I'm wrong for going? G-Man, WWGD, what would Greek do?
I mean, it's I get it's Christmas, but he's a Dolphin fan. She should understand that. I mean, I guess I'm assuming things. I don't know anything with the email. Like a lot of times Jimmy says we don't know. I guess she doesn't want to go because my first thing would be to bring her. You know, we'll open up presents, we'll have Christmas together, and then we'll go to the game together. And then after the game, we'll come back and celebrate. But I guess she doesn't want to go.
Or he maybe didn't invite her.
Or maybe he didn't invite her. You don't want to go Dolphin game Christmas Day, do you?
He's taking a girl he had a one-night stand with 6 months ago.
Oh, God. This doesn't end. I mean, I can understand the person getting upset around the holidays. It's only 5 hours, about, 3 for the game, an hour back and forth.
And it's a 1 o'clock game, so it's kind of in the middle of the day. You leave a little bit earlier.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he might get lucky because that might be a flex game. The Dolphins just got changed next week. They're playing the Chargers. So they're playing 8 o'clock.
Sunday night football.
Yeah, so if the Dolphins keep winning, maybe it'll be Christmas night and it won't be as bad. Maybe. I don't know. But I would just try to talk to her and say, look, I'm a Dolphin fan. I've never went to the stadium. This is my chance. We'll have Christmas morning together, open our gifts, and I'll come right back after the game. We'll have a beautiful night together. And maybe we'll get engaged.
Don't do that if you don't want to get engaged.
Wow. That escalated quickly.
Don't do that. Oh, boy.
I said maybe.
Jimmy, do you have anything you want to add to that?
You know what? This is the one time, and this may sound weird. I'm a little bit more reluctant on this one. You can go to a lot of Dolphins games. They don't have to be on Christmas Day. I think what I don't know from this letter or this email is what's important about that day. Like, are there kids involved? Is there family involved? Are there routines involved? You normally go and do this and that would eliminate it. Christmas is a very obviously a very special holiday. So I would take that into a little bit more consideration. Since we don't know that, that's a little harder for me to just say, go ahead and get over it to her. And that's the only reason why. And it's not like it's the only game. I mean, they play a lot, eight.
But the ticket's already purchased. I mean, it's
you won them, right? I thought the thing said that he won the tickets.
It says, huge fan, I got tickets. No, it says
I
got
it
tickets.
says he got them. Okay.
Maybe somebody gave them.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean,
I'm surprised that he went ahead and purchased them knowing that she was not approving.
We don't know.
This.
He could have gotten them from a buddy. He could have won them, but it just says I got tickets for Xmas Day for against the Packers.
I know some guys right now.
Maybe try to reason with her a little bit more. See if she wants to go. Say, hey, maybe we can make something of it. My only point was there could be stuff that we're not reading into this, and that could be why she's so set against it.
Well, it's Christmas Day, and you want to spend it with the person you love. Yeah. I mean, that's obvious. That's the first thing. Yeah. But I know a lot of Dolphin fans who have said to me, hey, Greek, if you know anybody who wants to buy my tickets, I don't want to go Christmas Day.
Right. Well,
because they're playing, and it's the first time the NFL's played on Christmas Day because Christmas hasn't fallen on a Sunday in a long time. And for years, they never played on Sunday. They never played, on Christmas Day. But maybe, like you said, somebody gave it to him, and he's like, I feel bad. And she's probably like, Christmas Day, you got to go? If she doesn't want to go, and, I would just say, like I said, we're going to have Christmas morning together. We'll have Christmas Eve. We'll have
there's only so many games left of the season.
Yeah, I think that's one of their last home games.
Yeah, exactly. So that might be another thing. It's the last home game. I don't know.
It's not the last home game.
If I was a girl, I would let him go.
Yeah, but you're super cool.
But you just have to spend time with her in the morning, and as G-Men, come back and have a nice evening with her.
Yeah, saying I got a big gift when I come home.
Or you know what? Just do up Christmas Eve.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, try to work it out. Tell her, don't be selfish. I'm a Dolphin fan. I want to go to a game, please. And you don't want to go to the game, though, and feel bad. That's one thing. Like, if you're at the game the whole time, you don't want to, be getting text messages.
Have a miserable time in your first Dolphins experience.
Yeah, like, you suck. How could you do this to me? You don't want that. Maybe sell the tickets, buddy. That's it. WWGD, we're putting them in the books. Remember, if you guys want to get involved, you can always email Jimmy at realradio921.com. Another excellent show, I might say myself. Thank you, Jimmy, for all you do with the contest, the blog. Great job in front of the microphone and our help. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Greek. Thank you very much, Franny. And thank you for listening.
And thank you, Francis, for a good job. Francis, great job as always with the blog, taking care of the text line, bringing everything you do, your joy and spring. We're a Christmas tree. When you come in, you're the lights. You're the best.
It's as thick as gravy. And just go to realradio921.com. G-Man mentioned the blog. I got a lot of good stuff on there. You got the Graham Girl. There's a bear that you should watch. We should name him the Grinch because he destroys Rudolph. We have a husband who makes their wives say very funny things. You should watch it.
I saw that video about a week ago.
It's
it was
so
really
good.
When it was making the rounds.
Yeah, and then Chevy Chase recreates a Christmas Vacation for a Raising Cane's commercial, the lighting, whole thing. So a lot of good stuff. That's realradio921.com on the Penthouse blog. And, of course, thank you, Jimmy, for everything. G-Man, thank you. And thank you for listening. Any parting words?
Thank you, guys. I want a special thanks to Mercedes Service Department who drives me and picks me up. And for the prices they charge me, they should do that.
Well, they're ringing endorsement.
Yes, sounds like it. I'm going right there to buy a car now.
They keep buying. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Well, I'm not playing with a full deck. Everybody knows it. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Don't forget, after us is quarter. The News Junkies next, and then it's the Greek Zone, and then it's Lex and Terry, and then Rover in the morning. Scrambled Eggs and Rover. We'll be back. Peace.
Greek baby, it's me, Barbara.
Bye-bye.
Proving that some of us have a face for radio. Go to realradio921.com/watch so you can watch us make radio.